9:03. A couple minutes late, but I am starting the stream.
We're the two most important people. We need Skywell here and totally not Jared and Trenco.
Yep.
Yeah, it's tough to do in the beginning.
I told him. I told him multiple times.
And we persuade the Dre to not attack until our ally returns with the crucial information.
Can I get a promotion on the table here?
Oh yeah.
And a color change.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. We've got ruins.
There we go. Hey guys.
Hey, Skywell.
Hello, hello.
All right.
So, Orin, tell us of your stealthy exploits. Tell us what you have seen.
All right. Hold on my notes. Okay. While we were resting, I had a bit of spring in my step, and I thought I'd go down and check out the new Giustenal. And before we decided to bring all our countrymen with us, uh, I found that there's a lot of different traps and things, well, not necessarily traps, but things that will give away our presence. Um, your idea to go down disguised as Dre is a good one. When we get down to the intersection, there's an intersection where we can go one way and come to Craigmorta, and the other way down to New Giustenal. At that intersection, there is a being, sort of a ghost, or maybe a psionic entity. I'm not quite sure. But the point is that it's activated to tell if we are followers of Dragoth and should be allowed to go through or not. And if we're allowed to go through, then there is some sort of magical passageway or causeway that bears us down toward New Giustenal in a more speedy fashion. If if we bear to this entity called Primic the Mover, when we get close, there are these spheres in the wall that will light up and betray our approach. But Primic the Mover will move us down the way toward Nuguisna if we show him that we have a badge of Dragoth and are working as his agents.
Don't we have one?
I have one, and supposedly you all have some as well.
Yeah, I have this
Like a
religion
holy,
symbol. Yeah,
right, a
from
holy
that
symbol
priest.
of Dragoth, indeed. That exactly is what he's looking for. And so, but once we get down there, there is more that I found. First of all, the city of Nuguisinel by itself is a sight to behold. Uh, they have cattle and fungal forest and a real forest upside down that bears magical fruit. I have a few to sample here. They seem to have properties that all different kind of magical fruits just off the vine, off the tree, off the vine, growing and being magical and spellworthy. So it's very interesting.
Like the good kind of fruits?
Oh yes, like the kind that we have dried, but these are fresh.
The healing ones and
I
everything. Huh?
I have a healing. I believe it was lemon. No, a healing
Apple.
uh, apple, and then it was a lemon of invisibility. Um, but
Are there
anyway,
more?
there's more. There's much more, and the Dre down there are not slaves to Dragoth, but they are just living about their lives in a society that seems to not be terrible. Obviously, they love Dragoth to the last. Every single one of them. Um, no one is interested. Not that I asked around. I was hiding mostly above the stalagmites or stalactites in the ceiling, but uh, they seem to, without fail, show their devotion to Dragoth. And there's three different chapels or cathedrals down there, each more grand and huge than the last. But there was one person who actually saw me, and but wanted me to come speak with him. He's the owner of a bathhouse, a very prestigious bathhouse, Akrag. There it is. He owns a bathhouse that is frequented by a lot of the elite in New Guisinel. But
Is it a mixed bathhouse?
I guess, I don't know. I went inside the bathhouse and spoke with him, but he knows of our approach. He's been around outside of Nuguisinel. Most don't leave Nuguisinel, but he has, and he's aware of our Dre, the first generation Dre, and he's worked with them on occasion. But he knows that we're going to assault Nuguisinel, and he's hoping that, regardless of who wins, he really just wants to make sure that those Dre don't assault the city because he wants them to live. And
Zion.
he showed me some of the reasons why. Uh, he pointed off there is not just the issue of the uh, uh, gate that goes to other worlds beyond Athos, but there is this large purple sphere that seems to animate any that come near it. And they're shipping their dead toward this. It's up a river. Along the ways in an underground river in New Giustenal. But there's just thousands of zombified dead, all ready to animate, and it's an army unto itself. Beyond which, the army that he has of Dre that are, you know, warriors and defilers and all the such. Uh, he has an army of undead,
And what did
and
they
it grows
think
with the day.
about? What did they think about this army of undead? All the
With the Dre,
yeah.
I haven't spoken with any Dre. Well, besides the Akrag, he saw me and didn't immediately raise the alarm, so I went and go spoke with him. And
The bathhouse owner is also a Dre, right?
everyone is there is a Dre. No, wait. There was actually a human, wasn't there? One of the
Monadarath is human.
clerics, Malanarath, yeah, the who is like
A
the main
high
church-
priest in charge of
priest.
one of the main temples.
Right. Actually, let me get to the actual tabletop. I can probably see it on there.
No, we're not on that board.
Oh, okay. But so there are at least one human that I saw. He is
Nicrius, could we clean all these up?
Yeah.
Too many figurines.
like a leader of one of the citadels or one of the cathedrals.
Give me a minute, okay? I'll do
Sure.
that.
He seemed to be quite strong and well defended. I didn't try to do anything nefarious down there. I just wanted to see what was going on. There's also this monster. I guess they just call it the monster, but it is some kind of river beast that lurks underneath and occasionally takes a Dre for lunch. It has a little island down there that it lives under. I could see it from far above as it went under the water, but it has tentacles and moves very quickly. And also, speaking of moving quickly, the response time of different they've got Templars and special forces up in the stalactites where I was hiding that can make it to anywhere in quick fashion. So all they do is blow one horn, and there are squads ready to mobilize, especially near the river, to address either the monster or anything else like us. I did make it nearby Dragoth's Dread Citadel or Dread Chapel, his palace. I decided not to go in because I suspect there's a lot of magical wards that would have stopped me. There's also a college, like a wizard's college down there, and I didn't go past that either because there's just defilers every which way around there, and so there's a lot to do down there. There's a lot of problem, and I, for one, am interested in seeing Akrag's wishes carried out, and that the first generation Dre do not assault with us. That's going to be a challenge, because after all, in here, oh wait, that's the other tab. I was gonna get his name. Here it is.
But I was thinking of disguising myself as a Drake. And
I think we
should-
all must. If we're going to make this work, we all really must. And so, I'm not quite sure where that leaves us with all of our friends, our strong allies like Jessix and those loyals. I don't know what we would do with them. Can they all hide with us and keep up the ruse? I doubt it. A smaller group would be the way to go.
Well, depends. Like, who are we talking about? Because I'm just thinking maybe the giant and the lady sorcerer.
Okay.
Don't they want to go back home? Is there a way to send them back before we destroy them?
I don't know
here?
about this part.
Did you actually get to the portal thing?
I could not
Probably
find
not.
it. I think it's in Dragoth's uh, Dread Citadel, Dread Palace,
In his lair.
in his lair, where I was not going to go past. It looked highly fortified, and I expected I was going to hit some magical protections that I would not be able to take on my
I wonder if we could trade with some of them before
own.
we get into some stuff.
If your disguise is good,
I think so.
it's not impossible for the disguise operation to work. If we show up as Dre, in the right robes, carrying Dragoth's holy symbol,
Yeah.
we could make it through the gates. There are two gates. There are at each gate there are ballistas and defenses, but I flew over both, so that's an option for us as well.
Yeah. You know, we should get some scrolls as well of language.
Hmm. Yeah, I couldn't understand what they were saying.
So we can communicate with them.
Right, Akrag spoke with me in common, which was interesting. Clearly, like I said, he's been to the surface, or maybe not the surface, but he's been around.
Can we get like scrolls of comprehension language?
Probably. I think that's first level, right?
Yeah, I think it's pretty. Not sure on that.
First level. Yeah. It'll take a while.
Okay. Well, during that preparation we're doing.
Probably the heretic, he could do it.
Okay, but my question is this: what are we doing
Yep.
with Korganard, Mara, Shardavan, all them?
They're for the
Well,
battle. They're not for the stealth mission.
So okay, so we're just gonna chill out in Cragmorta for a while until we give the signal.
Skywill, take a look at your table, and do you want to use that character?
Table.
I'm kind of confused on the planet. Like, what are we stealthing for?
But there might be something we can do to help us through the battle. There might be information
really
we can
have-
get.
I don't really have, as far
Is
as
it the planet
information.
horn?
Maybe. I mean, I did not try to speak with him yet. Um, I don't have any bombs or anything like powder kegs or anything that we could use down there. I didn't see any that I could have used for my purposes.
Was there like maybe certain defenses?
Yes, ballista.
Maybe we can. Maybe there's a resistance force. Maybe there's
I
some.
don't think so. Not
Oh,
that,
do you-
not that I spoke with them. You may find different, but from what I saw, it's a religion, and everyone is involved.
So they're all necromancers.
No, there are many of Commoner Dre that will work and live, and they seem to be doing a fine job. I,
Do they like the army of undeads?
that the undead stay over there in one area up the river, and they don't stay in the city. The city looks nice, clean.
Well,
It's almost idyllic.
I do recommend that every one of us has healing and potions.
Aye.
Also, like, is there anything preparation that we could do? I have scrolls of protection against evil. I think everyone should get that.
I already used all my gold before we went on this adventure to go down into the city.
What?
Yeah, I guess you can't do any more prep if you've already spent all your money.
If they're like if we're not shopping in disguise down there, there's I don't know what else we're
Yeah,
doing down there. Like,
I'm not.
you already went and scouted. I don't know what else we're going to scout.
I don't think that we're gonna find many willing to defect.
Okay, so is there a way for us to infiltrate as an army then?
Hmm.
Because if we can attack them from the inside and sabotage what they're doing, like what is that big gem that you're the big crystal that you're talking about?
Yes, yes, that.
What if we probably should destroy that?
I think you're right. I don't
And
know if
would
there's any
and would they
reason
lose
why.
would they lose control of the undeads if we destroy that?
I don't know.
But if that's even a possibility, I think it's worth that we go in and destroy it before we fight.
Um, what? It's you, right? Who can make that teleportation circle or something? They could get more than one person in.
Well, between temples, yeah, 6 people
Hmm.
only though.
Are you suggesting to teleport the object?
No, I
No,
can't go. I can't go there and teleport. I how big is it?
no.
We're gonna have to
I was
destroy it,
suggesting. I was
just like the
suggesting.
mirror.
Right,
It's
but I
pretty
was suggest.
large.
Yeah, I was suggesting that we teleport Mara, Sharda, Van Korgenard, Jessix, and the Loyals all in, but I
I mean,
just
that
want to know how
teleports
your
them
magic
to a
works.
circle that we've already set up, not to a location we just want to.
Right. If we snuck in to make the circle inside
No, we can't
the.
do that.
Oh no.
Doesn't
No,
that take
no,
a long
no.
time?
I can only teleport us to temples.
Oh.
I can't create teleport. I can. Well, actually, I could bring a temple. I do have a spell to make a temple up here.
Huh.
Oh,
But it
I
still
don't
has a
know.
limited number of people we can bring with the teleport, right?
Yeah, well, it's
You want to turn
6.
Skagmorta into a flame temple?
That'd be funny.
So the
You don't
casting
want
time is 1 year to make a teleportation circle.
Oh wow. Never mind.
Do you, I mean, do either of you guys have more money you want to spend? Because I don't. I used it before in the preparation to get here.
Yeah, I don't have money. I don't think.
Well, if you need a little bit, I have a little bit of money.
Yeah. I'm not.
But I'm just saying that you should be prepared. If we can go back and getting some of these fruits, that would help us. We
I
can.
think what we just need to do is make sure that we don't destroy the forest. Like there are things in there I would like to leave untouched. And look,
No,
the
for our
Dre,
group.
right? The Dre will not be happy if if we are successful in taking down Dragoth.
And
They will not want to trade with us. However, I still think it should be
well, we can
left up.
trade before. I think that if there's a chance for us to go and do a coup on the inside while our army attack on the outside,
Yeah.
that's a good strategy. Like it puts us in a position of advantage. We might be able to distract them and go and destroy the crystal or the mirror. And because we need to succeed at those things too. And we don't want this Draga to open the mirror and bring in demons to come and help him.
Right. So the idea is we avoid Dragoth and we hit one of those two artifacts, which will probably be the undead sphere, the undead raising sphere, because I know where that one
Yeah,
is. And it's
and
easy to
that
get.
would be quite the distraction. And then maybe that gives us a chance to get to the mirror.
Okay. Well,
But it's a
I'm cool with
risky
that idea.
mission, and we can go in with our big our crew, of strong friends, because we're gonna need them to fight some of the Templars and potentially Dragot. We can't just go in our group; it's not gonna be strong enough. I think everyone, including the people we bring in, needs to disguise themselves.
Well, I'm on board with doing the stealthy objective. If we can destroy that sphere and get the undead army to go berserk or just shut down, even that's would be tremendous help.
Mm-hmm. And I wouldn't be
We have
surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if that item is not like protected by the Templars.
Oh, it will be. I didn't get a close look because as soon as I got close, the undead started animating around me. So even though I was invisible, they had some kind of life sensing ability. But
Oh, that's
But-
interesting.
yeah, I couldn't investigate very close, but I would bet that some of the best defenses are also there. But they were not behind walls, right? They were not. I could see the objective.
In the Discord, I'll drop the images that I had for reference.
Oh no, don't! I can explain it, and then they can see it when they see it.
Yeah, it's just pictures worth 1,000 words. It's basically a large room with many, many rows. It's set up to be similar to the Chinese emperor's throne, where he had his terracotta soldiers arrayed in legions. So the giant statue in the background, instead of a giant statue, it is a very large glowing orb instead.
The reason Discord is not happy right now. There it goes.
Okay.
Were there several smaller orbs on the sides like the other statues, or no?
Nah, so let's see here. This other image is closer.
Yeah.
So you can see that it's
Large.
a very big magic sphere. If you played Skyrim, it's like the Sphere of Magnus. At the College of Winterhold at that one part. It's not something you could put in your pocket and run out with.
No, it's about car or truck sized. Well, length, diameter wise, and then in a sphere.
And ninja.
Yeah.
It has the sword. If it would be capable of destroying one of those items.
It could sunder a artifact, yeah.
Wow.
Sundering good enough to destroy, though.
You might have to hit it a few times.
I think in the description it says it can cut through anything.
Gotta believe it. Hard enough.
What if that object says it can defend against anything?
Okay, so as far as is it gonna be just us three here, or will it be Taurus and is Taro? He says he's deafened and muted. But in terms of who would be going in disguised, is that what we would do? Or do we have the capacity to go ahead and go all disguised? All, what, 6 of us?
Don't know who else has disguises. Besides, I know me and Grimorn have disguises.
Be a lizard person.
No, I get I have yeah, I have disguise self. I have tattoos of that. I suggest everyone gets that. It's a level 1 spell. Like it's cheap.
I would like to pick up a level of wizard, I think.
And I think everyone needs that. And we can bring as many as long as they're disguised, you know what I mean?
Orin's gonna go ahead and do some training under you. Not under you. Under... Wait. Grimorn.
Mhm.
right? No, Morg. Morg is who's the wizard?
Druid.
We
Nobody.
don't have a wizard. No.
We don't have a wizard. We have a like psionic sorcerer.
You could go to the Veiled Alliance. Sadira might help.
Yeah.
I did made a character, an extra character if I wanted to use Warren.
No, no.
It's
I
take a look at your board.
okay. I hold on. I didn't
Hmm.
see.
I wanted to do some NPC stuff.
You see this, Oren?
So
Oh, nice.
you had returned to Craig Morta.
You can use it if you want.
Okay. Thank you. But we return to Craig Morta and
All right, I'm just looking at the list of people that you've got. So you've got Jessix the Wanderer and the 5 loyal warriors, and they're keeping to themselves. They're a little put off by the Dre brutes. It's a curious situation, but they're studying everything the way that wizards do. So they're taking notes and learning everything.
Jessix was the wizard.
Jessix and the Loyal revealed themselves to actually be preserver wizards once they trusted
Huh. Okay.
Okay.
He's
Um,
20th level. 11 of those levels are rogue. 9 are preserver.
oh wow. Impressive.
Yeah.
Taurus is coming, and his plan was to be in invisible form. I believe that Saul has the same capacity to be invisible.
Hang on, let me make notes here. So Taurus, invisible.
Morg is in dinosaur costume.
Dinosaur.
No, he's in one like
Creature form.
yeah. Where's that figure?
You could go
I already put it
invisible.
on the thing.
If we're gonna do invisible and disguise, I can just be invisible and go with you.
Oh, it's on the table. Alright.
But clearly, the concern is some Dre do, as Craig pointed out to me, that some Dre can see invisible. So that's going to be a problem. But
Yeah.
some will eventually find us.
So Jessix wants the Loyal to stay behind, but he thinks that they could be helpful by casting some invisibility spells on some other people. Or possibly disguise spells on other people if need be.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Well, that's wonderful. Yeah, here we go. That solves a lot of the problem.
And then we can also do cast without a trace. It's still not a bad idea to be as discreet as possible.
Pass without trace is good. I'll add that to the note Morg has here. Creature form with pass
Okay.
without trace.
So what we need to do is decide either invisible or disguised for each person that's going through. And that includes not just our people, but the rest of this note card here. That is Corganard, Mara, Chardavan. Is Bad Marcus coming?
He wants to stay behind as a healer.
Okay.
I'm going around as disguise because I want to be able to talk with some of them.
Yeah.
And it shouldn't be a problem if we don't act weird or anything. I have this religious symbol, and I kind of look like some sort of a cleric of their thing.
Sure.
And anybody else that wants to talk to other people and be part of some of the people, like, probably should go in disguised instead of being invisible.
I'm
But
tempted to go in disguise. I just kind of think I'll be better off, the other way, and not.
well, I think we should have Saul disguise, and he can take that lizard, the one that I gave you earlier.
Yeah.
Thorn, did you happen to see any lizard Dragoth Templars? And were you able to catch any of their mannerisms or anything?
Oh, the Templars.
Yes.
Well, what kind of mannerisms? They seem to be church-going folk. There were warriors. There were many barracks around, especially near the churches. Um, I don't see anything different besides a well-oiled military unit.
I'll add to what he just said that the Dre are very homogenous. They are almost all exact copies of Dragoth. They are almost all exact copies of each other in a very clone-like fashion. Their thinking is also very clone-like, but there's like a 10% discrepancy. So you'll find that they're almost all the same, except there's like 10% of them that are like multi-class. Some of them are psionic, some of them are wizards, some of them are rogues, but you know, for the most part, they are all very religious, cleric-based characters.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, to that end, Lisan, Kanla, Tachadriel, or Tachadriel, I don't know if that they're going to be second crew kind of coming through. I think.
They want to fight with the actual army that attacks.
Okay.
They
I
are
mean-
not interested in stealthy maneuvers. That's not their bag.
What about the giant and the golden naga?
The Giant and the Golden Naga, they're both going to encourage an attack, a direct attack on Dragoth's palace. Bring all your forces and let us attack directly and siege the portal room.
Okay.
They think your other plans were like side mission stuff. They're not that interested, but they want to go right for the throat.
Yeah.
Are we making a mistake by going around, Ninja? Or?
I'm not going to say. This is up to the players to strategize and choose how they're going to handle the situation. The guide doesn't tell me much. It sets up the situation, and then it's basically just whatever the players do.
Okay. Is there? Here's what I'm proposing. We need to have the rest of our people, our forces, outside of New Giustenal when we go down there. The problem is that Primic the Mover is not cool with all of that, and I don't know, like if we can get all of our forces past him, or we need to take out Primic the Mover. I don't know.
Korganard says that his aura would prevent him from stealthing anywhere, so he'd have to go in with the main force.
Right. So what I'm thinking is that Primic the Mover, this ghostly entity that is what would shepherd us on some kind of magical ride to New Giustenal. I don't know if he would somehow let Dragoth know that we were coming. If people try to come past him.
Who's holding the symbol of Dragoth that you found on the tower outside?
I am.
Okay, let me make a note about that. Holding a holy symbol. And you had a second symbol, didn't you? Somebody's holding that one?
Somebody else, I don't know. Can't remember.
If I am disguised self as a Dragoth Templar, do I have an imaginary one, imagery one?
You can make one, yes.
If you're looking at a real one, then you could
Okay.
make your disguise have a similar one, yeah.
Okay.
You should have that emblem on your shield or like something like that.
Yes, I will have a imaginary one.
What do we think about Akrag's idea about not wanting the first generation Dre to assault with us?
Joe is joining soon. I woke him up.
Good.
Oh, okay. Oh, that was somebody else.
So that's one of the other NPC things that I wanted to do. So when the party begins moving towards New Giustenal, when you get within a certain range of the city, you will be contacted by Akrag. So Akrag only has a certain range that he can communicate telepathically, and as you're approaching the city gates, that's when he'll he'll contact the party and
Wait, isn't that kind of jumping the gun here?
a little bit. But he told you he would, so
Well, right, but we're not like we didn't get past Krimic yet.
right.
So, you know what? Unless one of you guys stop me, I'm gonna go ahead and go to Marasak Eggstealer, and because he's kind of one of the main ones, right?
I was really hoping that Sol would talk to Mosek Eggstealer and the clan of the Dre here. They are really interested in going to war. Like, they have been taunted by the spirit of Cragmorta multiple times, and he's been saying how great the second generation Dre cousins have it. And he's been riling them up. And now that the party has returned with reinforcements, they're especially eager to attack.
Awesome.
So that's a situation. So Akrag does not want all of them to rush to their doom.
Right.
Are they gonna attack with the
That's-
brute?
Well, that's what we need to decide. I'm kind of convinced by Akrag. I don't want, especially a bunch of commoner Dre to just go ahead and assault and throw their lives upon.
Well,
I
the
don't know,
party has an
undead.
opportunity to talk to them, talk them out of it, or talk them into it, whatever you want to do.
Right.
We appreciate your common folks' willingness to join in the fight with us. However, our whole forces took quite a long journey, and our reinforcements will need a rest in your city before we can fight, of course. So, if you guys could wait but a day, please. Do not rush into battle without your reinforcements.
That's a persuasion, right? Persuasion roll,
I need to roll, right?
or is that? Or can we
Roll
just
guidance.
RP it? Can we just RP it?
Sol's
Yeah.
not here.
My
I'm going to have
favorite
him
part.
give you Bardic Inspiration.
I'll persuade as well. I'll go along and say. I'll give
What
a
is his
military
bardic
back.
inspiration? Is what, a D10?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I'm gonna give like military reasons and make it seem like, okay, well, we need someone to watch the back because they do have Templars coming in and out past that intersection all the time, and it's a very it's not a glorious job, but it is an important one to have.
Damn.
That was a really bad roll.
That is a really bad roll. Fortunately, they had a very high opinion of you. I rolled a really good reaction to you, so they like you. They appreciate your opinion. All right, so Geese Wallslayer, one of the tribal war generals, he says, "We must attack. They insult us by living well while we suffer. We must slay them all." And Mosak Eggstealer says, "Correct me if I'm wrong, but I am still the master of this tribe. Do you question the wisdom of what I have said?" And Histizio Snake Hunter, the other most powerful warrior in the tribe, he stands up for Mosak and says, "Though I wish to go to battle, my spear follows the orders of Mosak." And many of the others cheer for this. But then a couple of the roguish reptiles, they step in. Liz and Carice and Sarah, and they all say, "We wish to attack. Much loot could be taken from the rich cousins." And so Mosak Eggstealer says, "You think always of your belly and taking what is not yours. Think now of the tribe and of the health of the tribe for once." And so Carice is kind of cowed by this a little bit. Fezzle and Slod, they're sort of hanging to the back, and they talk amongst each other in whispers. And Slod is saying, "I would sneak in and assassinate some of their more powerful members before we send our entire force."
What kind of sabotage could they bring too? Maybe they can open gates or set some fires that would distract the army.
Yeah, many of them are rogues. They're all about 7th level. They have a little thieves guild among the Dre here.
They're not bad.
Anzin's the heretic. He is busily crafting the scroll you requested, so he doesn't chime in the discussion much. Zio, the kineticist, and Ulvis, the telepath, they are both locked in telepathic debate, and they're both sweating as they have a test of wills between each other, debating like whether they should attack or whether they should use caution. Morg's words were moving, and for the moment they seem like they can wait a day.
Yeah, may I remind them one thing?
Yeah.
That we all just chased away a fire drake.
Yeah, well, that's why their opinion of the party is so good, and they'll
Yeah.
take
And
your
normally
advice.
We need a bit of a rest, and also we did fight these other creatures just before that.
Well, everybody except Oren just finished a long rest.
Does Orin need a long rest?
I should be okay.
Everybody should roll their hero's feast for today.
I rolled mine. I got a 9.
Your 2d10.
Yep.
How many people
That's
can your
all
pass without trace
crystal.
effect? Like 10?
It doesn't specify. Wait, let me double check. I'm pretty sure it doesn't
Nice.
specify a limit. It just says as long as they're within 30 feet of me.
Oh, so that could be a lot of people.
I got 18.
You and your companions. Yeah, it doesn't say a number of companions. Just as long as each creature is within 30 feet of me.
I got
Fantastic.
18.
Hello, army. Sneaky army.
Oh, we all got some
I
decent
mean,
rolls.
I still imagine, even if you're completely stealthy, like if you're like just because you're not leaving tracks on the ground or not making sounds with your feet, like you're still visible. So if you're just trying to hide in plain sight, like you're just standing there and there's nothing in the way of you, I don't think the DC to spot you is
Infinite.
that high.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but it can help us in other situation where we need it, you know?
Like if we're going like through alleyways and buildings and
Yeah.
stuff, like it'll help. Yeah.
That's probably what we should do. We're not gonna walk across the main lobby where there's guards everywhere. I think we should be as discreet as we can. Ninja, the Heroes Feast, okay, it's up to 12 people, huh? So if there's other people with us, we can they can have the spare.
Okay. Jessix, eat some of the feast. I only rolled 5, though.
He still gets the other bonuses.
No fear.
Alright.
Hello?
Welcome. What's
So-
up, Jill?
Oh. I was muted. Oh my god. Clumsy.
So what of Mara and Shardavan, your high-level scions?
They've got to be with us in the main.
So you're going to sneak him in?
Yeah, I guess.
I think so. Yeah.
All right, they're with you then. So I'm going to mark the Friends of Jessix will cast invisibility on them.
Okay. So I'm not sure how this is going to go down, but we're going to go ahead and try to go past Permic Maneuver with just the disguised people, and then see if we can get the invisibles past him.
The trouble with being invisible is it doesn't mean you don't have to still roll stealth, generally.
Huh.
Like,
Go goes past
you
my
can be
face,
detected, you just can't be seen.
Right. Okay. Well,
Pass without trace also makes it so that people cannot even track you without magical means. So if they have like rangers or something trying to look for footsteps, they can't do anything.
Ah, cool.
It's pretty useful.
this
Even
has to be-
in an environment like this one, it's just that we don't leave much trace behind us as we go, you know?
Hmm.
It's up to you guys. You guys can go invisible or disguise. It's up to you. The only one that I think that needs to go invisible is Taurus. Because
Boom, baby.
he has a size problem.
Hey, hey. Being too big isn't a size problem.
Couldn't you like just fly over everything? When I think about it, like why don't we just fly in with the carpet?
Ulrich complains about your size being too big often behind your back.
hilarious.
Isn't that easier? Like, wouldn't that be possible?
Like, ow, it hurts.
Uh,
Well, Oren's not chiming
I
in,
mean-
but he could tell you the
Wait.
gate has a pretty narrow opening.
Oh, I'm
Okay.
sorry.
like to the ceiling, it reaches almost to the ceiling of the cave.
Correct.
I go over.
There's
I go over
only
the-
like a castle type parapet where every couple feet there's an opening where you can see down.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, so I would assume that they would be able to see us on a carpet. Like the carpet's not gonna turn invisible
No,
if
no.
we're all
but,
trying to
but,
fly.
but we could, you know, it's something that you can even reserve and then fly over if we need to escape or whatever.
Yeah, that's
Um,
true. We can have it rolled and kept in one of our bag of holding.
Is everybody flying?
Yeah.
Soul,
I plan to fly and
Soul
be
has a
invisible.
dimension door.
I suppose if Grimorn goes up to the gate as a dray, they'll open it, so anybody who's not flying
Yeah.
could walk through.
I'm gonna walk through. No, I'm not gonna be shy. I'll just walk through.
Okay, did we finish going through the whole list about who is invisible and who is disguised?
Soul is disguised. Morg is disguised.
We gotta write this down.
Disguised.
Mara and Shardavan say there's no reason not to do both. So they are invisible, and under their invisibility, they're disguised as Dre.
Oh, why don't I do that too? But why don't we all do that?
I assume because it costs a lot
Oh,
of
this
spell
is you
slots
only.
before
I
we're
can't-
about to get into a fight today.
I can't edit the Giustenal spreadsheet. But I'll put it in my notes
Okay.
then.
Wait, what level spell is regular invisibility?
2.
Okay.
Disguise self is first level. Invis is 2. I think the loyal, they can cover it. They have a bunch of first level and second level spells. You've only got an hour though, so you're gonna have to move pretty quick on that disguise.
Yeah, maybe we can just infiltrate invisible, go as deep as we can, and then we'll be disguised over there.
I think within an hour we can make it to the undead sphere,
Yeah.
and then at that point the gig is up and we call in
Okay.
our heavy hitters.
You're right. I think you're right. And I have another tattoo, anyways, of an extra disguise self. So
Oh,
can
like
always
after
yeah.
go crazy, we could.
I'm prepared for like 3 hours.
Mhm.
Okay, and before we do all this like transformation invisibility stuff, Oren, did you happen to gauge any of the undead strength near the orb?
I could
While
not
you were
tell.
there?
I did not engage. I don't know how strong
Okay.
they are. But
Okay.
the issue is, I would assume not very individually strong undead, but that there was just 1,000.
A numerous amount. Okay,
Yeah.
then Krius might be able to do something about that.
Depends how strong they are.
Right. So that's why I said might.
If they are low level, at this point I can do CR3. So, and that's destroying them.
All right. So that seems to be the plan. Where the disguised and invisible will enter the city New Giustenal. The flyers could probably fly over. The invisible will fly over. Uh, Korgnard will have to wait outside because he glows. He says.
Well, Korganard emits an aura that's humongous, so he would immediately alert every guard as soon as he got within like 100 feet of the gate. So he can't go. He has to stay behind.
Right.
Mara and Shardavan, they are tagging along, invisible and disguised.
Can we keep Korgnard company? I don't know if the loyal is going to stand in.
Well, everybody is back there at the base camp.
Well,
The
no, but I'm
entire
saying-
army.
I don't want Korgnard at the base camp. I was hoping Korgnard could be in the tunnels, a quarter mile down from
From the gates.
so that way it's not like, oh, he's not playing, he's not part of the game.
Korganard's an NPC. What are you talking about?
Well, I mean, it's okay, yeah, but
Hmm?
part of the battle. I would imagine we're gonna
He
need
could
him.
be
He's,
leading the army.
he's healing people. He's like taking care of the group, you know.
Okay.
Well, this is before the battle, right? So he's wave 2.
Yeah.
You guys are wave 1. You're doing
Yeah.
the stealth infiltrate
yeah.
and go to the zombie place, and he's like, we're the main army to hit the town afterward.
Yep.
And then do we have the thefts going in their own ways, like causing trouble at the same time?
Well,
or-
officially they're all gonna not go, but it sounds like
Right. They were convinced to stay back in Cragmorta until tomorrow, so they won't do anything.
right, but it sounds like what was it, Slod and Fezzle, and maybe even Cross might come, of their own accord anyway.
Well,
despite my-
their assassin is like Oren. Like, he might go out on his own and do things.
yeah.
Hard to say.
Okay, so
Hey, let's get on.
I think
Let's
we're ready to go.
Okay, so you enter into the Third Age tunnels, and you enter into some tunnels that have intact psychic orbs in the walls, and as you approach, Primic the Mover materializes, sort of a pink hologram of a man dressed like he's from another age. And he's going to immediately look to Grimorn in his disguise, and he will say, "Greetings, Stray. Do you bear the symbol of our mighty Lord Dracoth?"
Yes.
All right. Do you present your holy symbol?
Yes.
Okay. Says, "Very well. Do you return from the surface? Has your mission gone well?"
Yes, we have seen some of the inferior ones roaming around.
Well, I'm sure you have to report to Lord Dragoth quickly. I will not hold you.
For sure.
All right.
You guys should have brought slaves with you.
Everybody sneaks by.
You guys would have brought prisoners. You guys-
I'm gonna sneak. Okay, are you sneaky, Joe, or
yeah.
Taurus?
Yeah.
Sneak
Yep.
time.
So we're going
I'm gonna
through
use
here, I
my,
guess.
Cat's grace boots. But where's the pass without trace?
It's active.
Oh, that's right. Now I'm at 26, aren't I?
So
This is gonna be
we-
crazy.
can we fly above them while they go inside?
I got a 41 on stealth.
That is a good stealth roll.
Let me do mine. Hold on. You're gonna beat me, I know. But
Pass without trace is crazy.
I get an advantage.
Yep. No one saw
Not
anything.
attach it.
The lowest I rolled was a 22. Mara's not the best.
Taurus has a 34. And he's invisible.
All right. So, Primic the Mover will lift up the visible disguised people in his psionic bubble and move them very quickly through the tunnel and deposit them here on the map. The people that are just flying are going to have a hard time keeping up. Primic moves very quick.
Yeah, we're not gonna keep up. It's okay.
Like how quick?
He's moving about like 200, I want to say.
Whoa, what the fuck?
Where can we go here? We have the Lesser Temple of Dragon. Okay, that sounds like trouble to me.
Wait,
Scion.
Where's Primic?
No, he's not on the board. He's just a psionic entity.
Should we go around here? Like, should we go this way through this roads here? I think we should try to avoid the temple with all the guards and everything over there.
Yeah.
Does one of the stealth people need me to carry them? I can carry 2 people
No.
to the gate.
Oh
We're
wait,
gonna-
That's fine.
you fly. That's right. Okay, well that might be an issue actually. That is a good point.
You just see a floating person.
Okay,
No, he's gonna be invisible, but carrying people who can't fly, who are also invisible, over the
Oh,
gate.
okay.
Because we're not gonna get there.
so Morg, you're in disguise, right? You were taken with Primic. That means whoever was not disguised is no longer getting the benefit of the pass without trace. There is a second group of
Oh,
guards.
true.
There's like 4 guards that you're going to have to sneak past without the benefit of pass without trace.
Yeah, or they're splitting off somewhere.
Well, the party was separated. Primic the Mover is he picks people up and moves them very quickly through the tunnel if they have the holy symbol. So
Okay.
the party got split up, but it would only take you a few turns of flying down the tunnel to catch up.
Okay.
But in the meantime, see, Primic whizzes right past the guards, but you guys are gonna have to sneak past him.
Does Mara not have Pass Without Trace? Or
Not anymore,
anybody else?
but he is invisible.
Say they don't. Do we not have any rangers with us?
No.
Druids?
Mad Marcus is staying back.
I was thinking you guys were going through the gates while we were talking
Yeah.
and having them open it.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what
I
the.
thought too.
That's not what you guys did.
Good plan.
That's what I thought
would
we were
like to
doing.
do that. So if you have to like lollygag around there for half a minute.
Well, you guys rolled your stealth. No,
Yes.
like you had like a
That was-
41
that was
and.
for Primic. That was for Primic
That's
though.
what I did.
Okay, so yeah, it's a new stealth check. It's a new stealth check against
Right.
different people.
So you get down out of the bubble with Primic, and now you're in front of the gate, and you're masquerading as Templars. You got a lollygag for a few turns while we get there, or we just try and sneak over without the benefit of pass without trace.
Stall.
I mean,
Stall as long as you can.
I'm
It's
confused.
time for improv.
We were making. While they were doing that, I thought we were simultaneously going through the gate with them,
It-
invisible.
You can't because we are hustling. We are flying down the court. Okay, did you put the picture up there, Ninja? The picture of the. Actually, that's right. It's in Discord. So
I could post it.
If you scroll, okay, but it's already posted at 10:44 on 12th. Okay.
Yeah.
You scroll up. So at that intersection, you looking at that in Discord there?
It's sort of like
yeah.
a Y intersection that goes between Craigmorta and New Giustenal.
Right.
That's where Primic
So-
picks you up and he whisks you down this really long, deep shaft
Oh, okay.
Like-
and then drops you off at that bottom part.
A couple miles, and we've got to hustle against people who are flying at 30 miles an hour, and we've got to just fly. or
Yeah, it's
run.
probably not miles, but it might be like 1,000 feet.
Okay.
So it will take several turns for the party to catch up.
Right.
Primic moves you rapidly through the tunnel and then deposits you comfortably on your feet here.
Oh, so
So,
we're gonna wait. We're gonna wait for them at the gate to come and join us before we start moving in the city.
Right. but there's a bunch of guards sitting there like.
Yeah.
Wait,
So when the people that were not carried by Primic, when you guys are sneaking through, there is a checkpoint, and there are 4 Dray guards. One of the Dray guards is sound asleep. One of the other Dray guards, he looks awake, but he's also asleep. It's just his eyes are open. He's got a weird thing where his eyes are open when he's sleeping. One of the other ones, he's eating a handful of mushrooms, and his eyes are kind of like a weird red color and looking in 2 different directions. You know, like a gecko, or the eyeballs sort of spin in weird directions. He's got that going on. Only one of them actually seems to be paying attention, and he's got an 18 to hear you guys moving through the tunnel. So does everybody beat an 18 perception with your new stealth roll right now?
Oh, without the passive entries.
Right.
Without passing
Oh.
I got.
Okay, so
Just
There
take
you
10
go.
off. What you had.
we have 31, but here's another roll in case you want it. But that doesn't happen for 6 more turns or something, right? It's actually my lowest score
You're-
is 26.
Skywell, you're with the invisible group?
Yeah.
Okay. And Jodab's is 24.
It would make sense for everybody to go with you guys instead. If they can transform into a Dray, it would make more sense for them to go with you than do what I'm doing.
Okay, so the Dray that was paying attention is looking in the direction of the tunnel, and everybody is moving through, and Mara sneezes, and the guard notices, and the guard sort of perks up, and he looks, and his eyes close down, and then Mara uses a sorcery point in order to silently cast a sleep spell on him.
Huh.
All right. He's going to cast it. He's going to upcast it as a 3rd level. Where does it show the dice here? Damn it. 5d8. All right. So it actually becomes a 9d8. He wants to make sure it goes to sleep. So here comes his spell. So Mara reaches into the Dray's mind and says, "Oh, you're sleepy. You're getting so sleepy. Don't you want to take a nap?" 39. 39. I think that's enough to knock it out. It goes to sleep.
Tense moment there where we thought that all our cover was going to be blown.
The Shardavan is also disguised, though.
Yeah, he's flying though.
Okay, so that means everybody up front is asleep. Like all 4 outside the gate are asleep, right?
One of them is high on mushrooms. The other 3 are asleep.
Well, he wasn't affected by the spell. I assumed that sleep. You know what? Maybe it's his 5th edition stuff. I thought that sleep hit an area.
It sends a creature into a magical slumber. It does a number of hit points worth of sleep, affecting the closest creature first. And so he was the closest one. He took all of it.
And don't forget you have those little needles, huh? That paralyze people.
Oh, the gauge antennae.
Yeah, you can use
I don't know if
them.
they're still good. If I think they've. Ninja told me that they
They become inert after a while.
they come
Alright.
inert. Yeah, I had to mark them off my sheet.
It was like
they
was
went
like
bad.
10 hours.
We needed to use them earlier.
We need to use up within like a month or something like that. It's been a year,
Yeah.
so.
Oh. Fair enough.
All right. So for the rest of the party, you guys have been deposited at the gate by Primic the Mover. Primic is going to announce your arrival and call for the gates to be opened, and several Dre will move to the gate and activate some magical control rods, and the gate groans. And then great stone hands reach down from the gate and begin pulling itself open.
Huh. Kind of cool.
Every time we
Alright.
come here, these gates never seem to stop amazing me. By the glory of Dragoth.
True believer.
Beyond the gate, you can see the next gate is guarded by many dragonbone golems, but the Templars command them aside. And some of the other Templars move to the second gate in order to begin opening that gate. Alright. So it takes a while. It takes probably a couple turns for the first gate, a couple more turns for the next gate. So the guards are saying, "You are clear! Pass through!" But the rest of your party
thank
hasn't quite arrived just yet. What do you do?
How far are they?
You don't know.
You have no idea, and we're not. You can tell us telepathically, or at least me, that you're through. But I'll say, press on without us. We'll make it through.
Yeah, you sure?
I'm sure. I'm sure. Go forth.
Alright. Well, we will go through with the invisible people that are with us.
All right. You pass through the gates. You will move between the lines of enormous golems. You see to your left a tall tower with siege weapons pointed down into the space between the gates. On the opposite side of the gate, there's another tall tower with more siege weapons pointed down. There's glum-faced Dre guards manning these siege weapons, eyeing you as you pass. As you move into the courtyard, I'll just briefly describe what you see.
I'm gonna describe that to Oren as we go
Hey, this
through.
is what I saw. Yes.
He knows.
I told you about it too, but it's okay. Yes, I'm aware of that, and well done making it past.
Okay, so once you've entered the city, you're able to see that New Giustenal is a vast cavern. It is the Underdark. It extends for as far as the eye can see, off in that direction there. And every so often there is an enormous temple made of black obsidian standing there, surrounded by stalactites and stalagmites. The architecture here is incredibly alien. Everything is carved directly into the bedrock, or the large stalactites growing up out of the ground. Or is that stalagmites? Tight as the ceiling, might as the ground. All right, so the stalagmites, they're carved into those. The houses are made out of stalagmites.
As we look at that giant temple over there, I tell to Mork, I'm like, when we are victorious, that will be the new fire temple of the underworld.
Okay, so this temple here is currently not very populated. When Oren came through the day before, there was a ceremony going on, and the place was crowded with Dre.
A sacrifice.
It's currently early, and there is not a temple service happening yet. So everybody's just hanging out, going about their daily chores, moving around, doing business. Some people are moving to the farms. Other people are moving to the rivers to begin a day of fishing. Everybody's kind of groggy so early in the morning.
Is it at the temple that we would report our from our mission?
You don't know.
Well, remember what Primic said.
No? Was that?
Remember what Primic said.
What do you say?
that you'd be wanting to report to Lord Dragoth post haste. So you'd go straight to Dragoth.
Oh my lord.
Yeah, Oren
Now,
could tell
Dragoth
you.
is the end of the whole cavern, far deep past the river, past where you can see.
Yeah, he could tell you where it was in
Is
his
Dragoth's-
description.
Is Dragoth's Dread Citadel,
Do,
the grandest of the cathedrals.
do we dare going there?
Well, remember, where you're going to be going is to the river, and meet us there at the river.
Okay. No problem.
Okay,
Is there
so
is there a
as
market?
as the party is moving through the courtyard, the other half of the party arrives just in time to hear the Templars begin shouting in Draconic the words of closing, and the animated gates, their big arms reach around and begin pulling the door closed until they're almost close enough that the arms can reach out and hold hands and begin pulling the doors closed. So you have arrived just in time to see the gates as they begin closing. Do you wish to try to go through them before they've finished closing?
That's a question for Joe and a bunch of the NPCs, really, right? I mean, because I'm going to fly over, like I did last time. Joe says he can fly. How many people that can't fly do we have with us? Is the question. Jessix is here.
I think Jessix, Mara, and Shardavan are on the ground.
Oh, okay, they're with him already there. Okay, then
Like, they're not flying. They were just sneaking along.
okay. Well, then that means
Taro, how are you going about this? Are you flying?
Which
Zero here.
which
Oh,
group was
he is here.
Which group was I with?
Up to you.
But
So-
we don't know which group you're with.
So I have to ask you a couple questions. So was your plan to be invisible or to cast Disguise Self, or both?
I'd assume he'd be disguised and with
Yeah.
the rest of the group.
Yeah, I think so too.
Then, yeah, disguise.
Okay. If you were in disguise, then what happened with you is that you were let through the gates, and you are with the party that is in the courtyard. So you don't have to deal with this. So this is Oren, who you're going to fly up and over the gate the way you went before.
Yeah, I feel like the way I went before was the right way to go for me, like the right path. If any broke, don't fix it.
So everybody that's on the ground rolls to try to get through. And everybody is successful except for Shardavan. His little dwarf legs are not giving him enough hustle to get through the gates before they close.
But
I
Taurus,
can't carry him.
Taurus
Taurus
can fly with him in his arms, though.
Alright, so he's stuck here at the gate, and he's pondering what to do next. Joe, what do you do?
And here's the problem: you're both
Sleeping.
invisible. How do you find the invisible dwarf that's at the gate and says he can't get in?
Hey, he wouldn't be aware.
So we would have traveled all the way down here, had us all planned out, and we wouldn't have made that decision beforehand?
What decision?
No, okay, I'll explain why this is the case. So, what you missed was, so Primic the Mover is the subway captain, basically, of this whole big circuit down here. The problem was, to avoid this fate, what would have had to have happened is us who are invisible went down first, before got past Primic, and then snuck down the because we knew that they would go fast, but what I didn't know, and why I mentioned this, was that if we try to, okay, I tried to sneak by invisibly, and Primic still woke up and looked around trying to find me. That's a problem. So if we went with the whole force of invisibles before the disguised ones, would the gig be up? And I didn't want to risk that because yeah. So we went all together.
I know I had to go invisible.
Right.
Why did everybody else have to go invisible?
Because they're trying to sneak in.
You missed that Okay.
Why? I thought they were all disguised. Stray too.
Some are.
Mara and Shardavan did both. They're invisible, and if their invisibility goes away, they look like Dre underneath it.
And it's like, oh, I forgot that I was still invisible.
They'd rather not be noticed, but if they are noticed, they'll try to play it off that they were just practicing their magic.
Yeah, or some such. Yeah.
I just don't understand, like, because it brings more attention to me, to the invisible people. The more people who are invisible, the more.
Yeah,
Yes.
it is. It is.
Doesn't make sense.
Okay, so, but you're with me, aren't you? Because we're gonna be
Yeah.
invisible. You can't disguise yourself anyway. So, you're with me.
And then I offered, and I said I could just carry 2 people, one in
Right.
each arm.
So,
who need to fly.
can you just pick up Shardavan off back?
Yeah.
Can we just make sure we pick up Shardavan off back?
Yeah.
And
All right.
because after all, if he can't move that fast, that's gonna be a thing. So Shardavan and one more maybe. Can we just go ahead and you pick somebody off that list?
Nah, they refuse to be carried.
Oh, well then okay.
Mara has too much dignity, but Shardavan, he's a dwarf.
Well, they have dignity. They don't like being tossed.
Okay, so the secondary gate is closing slower than the first gate, so if the party was already through the first gate, they're able to move through the second gate as well.
So they're gonna make it, and then Joe and I go over the top, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, like a castle, there's 2 different heights, and you can sort of see in between the gaps, but it's very close to the ceiling. So in order to get through, you're going to have to squeeze a little bit in between a couple of pillars of stone on that castle-like structure. But it can be done. So currently, the guards are closing the gate. Do you wait until the guards move off, or do you try to go through while they're there?
I would imagine we would go over the top. You know.
Well, that's where the guards are.
Oh.
They had to go up there to activate the gate.
Okay. Well then, we're past the first gate, and now we're gonna go through the second. Or we can swoop down low through the open doors that are closing slowly. Right?
Well, that was for the people like Jessix who was running along the ground.
Oh, okay. Well then, I can wait. If it's going to be kind of a close swoop by, I don't want the wind from my presence, to alert them.
Okay. Shortly after finishing closing the gate, the Dre Templars will nod their heads and begin descending the stairs back down to their comfortable office below. And once they walk away, it looks like the coast is clear. You're able to fly through the gap into the inner courtyard.
So now Joe and I are last in this wave, but we are... Oh, did you move us already?
Yeah, I moved you. So the party here, you were trying not to draw attention to yourself, so you probably keep moving. So you have a couple options. You can move through the main courtyard, or you can move through the narrow alleys. How do you want to go?
This is a question for you guys who are disguised. Sorry.
So the main courtyard, you said it looks pretty cleared, though, huh?
There are Dre all over the place. This is a bustling city. If you look at this here, you see how there's all these doorways and windowsills. Just imagine every so often there's a house that has some Dre in it. Once in a while, they hang out on their balcony and look down. Sometimes they're moving through the streets towards their jobs at the field there.
I think the idea is to go through the alleyways to avoid the temple.
Okay.
But I don't know about the rest of the group, what they want to do.
I'm not, even if I'm invisible, I'm not going straight in the middle of everything. I'm gonna still act like I can be caught. So I'm taking the stealthy approach.
So are you going to go up to the top with me, up to the roof, the stalactites?
Tara Morg, what do you guys think?
I don't want to be seen. I want as much cover as possible.
I think the best place for cover, the way I've seen it, is among the stalactites in the ceiling, up near the roof.
Morg and Taro.
When we're up in the stalactites, do we are we visible from below? Like,
Sure.
how much cover are they giving us, Ninja?
Hang on.
Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
Joe,
Uh,
you are flying near the roof. You can see there's a large mass, a cluster of something hanging from the ceiling up, like up ahead. It's let's see if I could indicate where it's at. They're kind of
What?
like right here.
That wasn't there when I came through, was it?
It was, it was. If you recall, at one point when the monster attacked the raft, a man on a creature descended from the roof.
It's a bunch of those guys. Yeah, I remember that. I told him about the rapid response guy. He was riding like a lizard, basically, that was barely keeping under control. But he seemed to be a very high-ranking Templar officer of Dre. And there's a bunch of them up here.
Yeah, there's a mass of them, like a horde.
Well, shit. That's a problem. So, okay. Taurus, it seems like we need to sneak through the city. I don't think we want to try to sneak past all that.
Yep.
So that's going to be a bunch of stealth checks. Invisible stealth checks, but stealth checks nonetheless. So Shardavan's going to be with, and where's Taurus? I don't know where Taurus went. Oh, there he is. Mara and Jessix. What are we doing with them?
Hang on a second, I'm trying to load something.
Leg spike.
Okay, so these creatures are called Kellen. Kellen are a giant spider-like thing, and every one of them has a rider, a Kellen rider. These are the elite shock troops of Dragoth, and they live on the ceiling in this cluster of Kellen here. So this was not obvious from the ground when Orin was moving through here. They're quite stealthy, but since Taurus is like right up here, you're awful close to a very large group of creatures that are hanging out. Many of them are sleeping, but some of them are moving around a little bit.
Yep, I'll go back down. Go through the streets, like I was saying I was going to do.
Okay. And then,
So I'm with Joe then.
all right, so the party reunites. What do you do next?
I'd have Orin whisper to them and let them know that we're finally with them.
Yeah, we are with you. Grimorn and Morg. We are behind you some ways. They're close.
So you're in the alleyways, out of line of sight. No Dre.
Hiding along. What are you looking for then? Grimorn? Morg?
Huh?
What do you guys? You're up. You have to take point on this. We're the rest of the gathered is behind you with Jessix and us and Mara and Shardavan. We're all with you. But we've got to. You're leading us on forward.
Yep. We're gonna go up. We'll stay as discreet as possible. Avoid the openings. They might suspect something is happening. Who
Actually,
knows,
you know what?
They
Can
might
I
have.
take? I want to take point actually, if I can. I want to
Okay.
sneak up ahead here, and in case there's something that they need to go ahead and be aware of, like there's a. Actually, I can go with outs. I'll even go far enough to be outside of the. Snap past without trace, just so I know, like, oh, if there's a patrol
Well,
coming, I can
Can
help
you
them by saying, hey, duck into a corner now.
can you first orient us so we know what is what and where we're heading?
Okay, on your left, you will see a grand pasture full of mushrooms and livestock called fanners that have a fan around their neck, a frill one was sacrificed just yesterday in the tower. The
Okay.
darn it, it won't come up. Oh, here it goes. The Temple of the Dragon that we just passed on the right. You'll find another warrens of living quarters of commons up ahead. I suggest we duck down through. Actually, yeah, I think that the way that I went was probably the best way. Let's go duck to the left through the Fanner fields.
All right.
So we're going to try to get through. It's only a low wall. Over this is a low wall.
So the way I described it is there's a wooden wall that is like a ranch's fence. So it's not solid, but it's got runes carved in it. Like there's a magic spell cast on the wall. It's got like an arch with the name of the ranch above it, and then it's got a doorway, but it's not a real solid or tall door. It's like a low one, and it's just got a latch that you can lift and open it up. When you step inside, there's a distinct change in the air, and it smells like manure. It's very clean air in the main cavern, but it's very foul air in here.
You may want to change your disguises to match that of the farmers you see around here, the ranch hands. It wouldn't make much sense for Templars to be slumming it through here.
That would cost him a spell slot.
Is it? Oh, he can't just keep on changing his disguise?
Now, what we'll do here, we'll just take the road here and then get into the alleys as soon as we can.
Okay, well, the rest of the invisibles, there's a lot less prying eyes through here. I'd like to take Jessix and the band through here.
All right.
And down.
Yep. Go play with the cows.
Okay, so as you're moving through the farmland, none of the creatures seem to be paying attention. They continue eating their mushrooms, occasionally drinking from the stream. All right. When you come around the corner, you're going to notice that there's a number of Dre citizens, and they're gathering by the temple there.
Oh, up there. Okay, so can I move the whole assembled group here?
It's off in the distance. You're looking down from a hill, so you can see it.
Oh, okay.
This is all sloping down towards the river, and the water flows downward there. So you're approaching the flow gate that allows water through, but doesn't allow anything else through here. So,
We're going to go over the wall.
okay. So you go up and over the wall, and you enter into another one of the districts here, where there's many houses with Dre citizens. Many of them are doing knitting and making clothing in this area. There seem to be a number of minor shops where they're making fancy clothing. This is the market district over here, or no, not this one. This is mostly farmers here, but this is starting to become a little bit more of a rich part of town. Like, this is the more poor district back here, and then this is like the middle class district, and then the rich district is over there.
Okay.
So these are middle-class laborers, and they're crafting clay pots and making glass, and there's blacksmiths, and there's some other people that are moving materials here and there. But across the way in the courtyard, there's an enormous illusion of a man, and he's looking down from the upper balcony of this enormous castle here, this temple to Dragoth, and he's shouting orders to the assembled troops. And so you can see down below there are groups of warrior Dre, and they're engaged in mock combat where there are different sides, and they are having some sort of sporting warfare, or like a tourney sort of thing, where they're engaged in not quite lethal combat, but they're giving it their all against each other to prove which is the more skilled warrior.
That river there, that bridge, what is it made of? Does it look pretty solid?
These bridges, they're all made out of fungal wood, so it looks a little unusual, but it's basically the same structure as a wooden bridge you'd see in the surface.
What would it take to break them?
Tremendous amount of damage, set it on fire, something like that.
Yeah. I wonder if that's something that the assassins
Fire,
and the
you
stuff
say?
could be doing.
It would be an inconvenience for sure. How would they get to Temple? They'd have to, I don't know, make a new bridge, fly.
Or get out of the temple. It would be a problem.
So, many people are observing this mock combat that's going on, and one group seems to be winning out over the other, and Mon Adarath shouts down more encouragement to the different troops, and they seem to redouble their efforts. The distraction is quite good right now, so where do you go while they're all watching the tourney?
We're gonna in the streets. We're just gonna walk across, and keep on going towards the fungi here. The fungi.
All right. As you pass one of the Dre citizens, he's going to look up from his work and call out to you and say, "Oh, adventurers, have you seen much of the surface world? Do you have time to tell an old man, an old Dre, of what mysteries you saw?"
I will. I will
Are you
send him a
speaking common?
telepathic image of the drake that we saw when it was walking in the lava.
He claps and hops up and down and cheers you on. Praise you in the name of our Lord God Dragoth. Bless you, Templars. And then he retreats back into his building.
There you go.
Nice.
Yeah, everything he said was in
Right,
Draconic, so you
right.
guys probably didn't even understand most of it. But it seemed to work.
Well, you know, an image is worth 1,000 words, so.
Right?
Like, who are you? I don't know. Summon fire dragon in your mind. It did something, yes, go leave.
Yeah, man, hang on, that idea.
Jessix rolls an insight. He's going to whisper, "I believe the colored spikes sticking out of the back of their necks must indicate rank. You can see the ones that are winning have higher rank than the ones that are losing."
Can they tell which color is which?
Oh, that's in the battle you're talking about, huh?
Yeah, it's more about the
Yeah.
number of spikes that they've got. The stronger ones
okay.
seem to have more spikes. Where does this party move? Joe?
What's the commons?
I would figure
you guys-
here, and then we have to make a decision.
Yeah, you're approaching the wooden bridge.
Can we?
What are the commons, Ninja?
The commons
Or you
are the main part of the city. This is the most populous part of the city where the most Dre live.
So we're just mixed up with the population, like walking through like anybody else.
Yeah, this is a vibrant city. There's Probably hundreds of Dre that live here.
Can we see like the stuff that they sell on the streets and all that?
Yeah, you saw a pottery and some glassware.
Taurus.
Anything like looking very special and like unique?
Well, their architecture is kind of alien, and their art style is a little different than they're used to. So, yeah, it's unique. It would certainly
Okay.
be eye-catching to people who have never seen anything like it.
Could I buy a few nice pieces?
You stop, and you attempt to purchase something. Are you communicating telepathically?
Yeah, I'll need the ringside to help with that.
Ringside. Taro. He's still muted. He's still deafened.
Ringside was with us.
Well, I will. No, he's with us.
He's
How about I'll eliminate what ringside does? Okay.
So you want him to telepathically tell the
Yes.
merchant that you wish to buy something. The merchant agrees to sell you some of their wares, and when coins are exchanged, he looks at the coins quizzically. He says, "What the hell are these?"
It's an exchange for one piece of art for an artifact from another part of the world.
No, what? This isn't one of our coins.
No, it's
Surface.
from the surface.
He bites the coin to see that it's real, and he looks
This means-
skeptically at the image on it, and he says, "It doesn't even bear the image of our Lord Dragoth. How can this be currency?"
It's not currency. It's an item of collection for you.
Okay, you're telling him you want to barter.
With the help of Saul, because that would be its fault.
Yeah, it'd be nice if he was here.
I know. That would be his job to convince the and doing the bartering.
Yep. Well, I rolled a pretty good persuasion for him. All right. You've convinced the man that it's a fair barter. You swap the coins for the art object.
Hmm. And I put those in the bag of holding.
It's a very artistic representation of a dragon. Probably,
That's gonna be a collectible somewhere. Someone's gonna want that.
probably made of obsidian.
Cool.
From here, you can see that there's another large farm off to the left here.
What I wanted to
Fields.
say was, that's going to make more sense for us to go through there if we can, because we don't want to be going through the middle of town.
Okay, so you climb the fence into the mushroom fields, row upon row upon row of mushroom being tended by various dray. They're collecting the mushrooms, putting them into barrels on their backs, and then toting them to warehouses up the street. The other party will see dray carrying barrels coming out from the farm area and moving into this large building here, dropping them off, turning around, returning back to the farm.
Are those the same mushrooms that made the other one look all red-eyed?
Some of them, yeah. But there's 3 different kinds.
Yeah, okay. Wonder what the other ones do. Did you tell us the directions of where the fear thing is that we would know to like go towards there?
Yes, we
Yeah,
at the river.
yeah, the bridge.
We go up
The big one? Okay.
at the large river up ahead. We are moving through the fungus fields and trying to meet up with you, but we need to avoid the prying eyes of as many people as possible, and this affords good cover.
Do we want to go to the barge or to the bridge?
We will do a way of getting upriver. I flew, but I haven't thought about how we would get you up there. Actually, maybe we should take a
That's
barge.
an important. that's an
In the
important
fields, 3 or 4 of the dray will look up from their work as you pass, but none of them take notice.
Okay.
part. We're gonna keep on walking towards.
Yeah,
towards
we're
the
only
bridge.
as good as our weakest. I don't know if.
What is the bridge looking like? Is it free? Is it like normal passing? Is it pretty big?
Okay, so this is a large river that cuts a channel through the rock. So there's a big drop to the water below. There's stairs that descend down to the docks where the barges are. This is a large fungal wood arched bridge that crosses over the gap between this shore and the far shore on the other side.
We're gonna walk across it.
All right. As you're walking across it, you see a shadow moving below the water with your high passive perception. The shadow is lurking below this barge on the far side here.
I'm
You'll-
looking at Morgan. I'm like, do you see this?
You'll see that there's a dray fisherman that's going down the stairs towards the dock here and moving towards the boat, checking the lines and whatnot. And he hasn't noticed this large shadow in the water here.
I see the large shadow down there. Is that one of the creatures Orin told us about?
Yeah.
Could ring sight warn him telepathically of the creature nearby?
Tarot. Earth to Tarot. We'll say yes. He would have done that.
There you go. Boom.
He's too kind-hearted, and even if it put him at risk, he would say, "Get out of there, you're gonna die." And so the fisherman looks up, and he hastily retreats up the stairs. The shadow of the creature passes below the barge and swims off in this direction. He looks around curiously, but he doesn't see anybody who talked to him.
Well, friends,
Good deed for the day.
We keep on walking.
Hang on,
Wait,
hang
Follow
on.
the trace.
halt your walk.
There's a dray,
Okay.
and he's standing in front of this building here. And he shouts in Draconic to your group as you pass. And he says some things.
You have the comprehension language thing, though.
Okay, so what he says is, "Ah, travelers, you seem to have road dust upon your boots and mud at your cloak's edge. Come into the pit. Have a drink to slake your thirst. I'm sure you could spare a few minutes to tell tales of your exploits and enjoy a fine drink."
Is that the person? Is that the person that we that Oren has described?
No.
That is not.
No.
But he is across the way. He is the opposite side of the street. There.
Okay.
And the building looks like a successful tavern, similar to ones you'd seen on the surface.
I think it was this one.
Oh no. We'll tell him that no. So we're sorry, but we have urgent obligations.
He refuses to take no for an answer and attempts a strong persuasion. He tells you, "Oh, you've got to try our latest batch. It's so good."
Would you?
Oh, we'll
us
just
from,
save us a pint later.
You know, we are on a mission with Fort Dragot. You can't stop us with alcohol. You have to talk to him right away.
"Oh, forgive me, my lord. I meant no insult. Remember us. We serve the best munge in town."
We will.
I think we need to go across the river. I don't know how many can fly, but otherwise we're going to be walking across the bridge invisible, and that's going to be scary.
We're gonna go over here and wait for them to come across.
Well, I'm going to float across invisibly by the
And-
side of the bridge. Taurus can do the same. He can carry Chartervan. I don't know who. I think actually can't all of them fly?
Mara and Chardevan and Jessix were all walking.
Well, then they have to walk invisibly, and hopefully they don't cause too much of a ruckus going across.
No, Jessix is fine. He's an 11th level rogue. He gets by
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
without anybody noticing. Mara is just a sorcerer, though, so he's not as good at stealth. So
Teleport.
Whoops. I'll be getting with Jessix.
Maybe he has Misty Step.
So Mara and Shardavan begin moving across the bridge, and
No, Chardavan's being carried. Remember?
Mara is moving across the bridge, and Mara steps on a board that creaks loudly, and some of the fishermen look up, seeing that there's nobody on the bridge. And they're a little perplexed. They're talking to each other, but they don't know what's up, and they're not going to investigate.
Just old and creaky.
All right. So now we made it with.
Could have just
everybody
carried
else.
her. Stupid.
Huh?
I said she's stupid.
It's a he.
Oh, he's stupid. I could have just carried him.
Well, Mara's an old man, and I don't know.
We make our way towards the temple.
I tell Mara, your pride's gonna get you killed.
Mm-hmm.
You need to be more. You need to be more stealthy. I could just carry you if you'd like.
He casts fly on himself. Flies away.
Yep. Okay.
There you go. It's all resolved. And we wait for you guys to come to us. And...
Now we're gonna be in the mix here. There.
We should try to stay together.
Okay. So we made it, but wait, my friends, I say we need to stop. Yes, up ahead you will see the college. You will see the upside down forest. They have those interesting fruits. We could go up there before we begin our assault, but the time is nigh for us to go upriver. And I don't know. I don't know if we could possibly go up there and not sound the alarm for all of New Giustenal, but we've went past our objective. It lies around the bend upriver.
Oh, is it on the Shark Island thing? Is that where it is?
No, up the other way, on the opposite from the Shark Island. It's
Blackjaw River?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So
Oh, the river tunnel?
look, if this is about to be it. If you were trying to go do your shopping in some highfalutin market district of the Dre here, I suppose this is your chance. Akrag will be happy to know that we have tried to honor his wishes here in the bathhouse, but he does not want to see Dragoth fall. He is through and through, just like everyone else here, a devotee of Dragoth. So mind your tongue.
Should we go to the forest and grab a little bit of fruits for the group?
I don't know. I grabbed a couple quietly and stealthily. I think that we should. There's a number of workers there, and they might see us. This is, as you may have noticed looking around, this is the elite, the highest tier of society here, and there'll be more defenses, more Templar and guards around the upside down forest than there will be anywhere else. Well, and then any of the other, I should say.
Do we need to get a barge to go to the objective?
Is there any stores,
so
Ninja?
What you need to do is talk to some of the Dre here and take a ferry upstream.
You are in the market district. There are a number of shops here.
Like, do you have a list that was built for this?
No.
Oh, okay. I'll forget about it then. You can just go to the tunnel, I guess.
So basically, the shopping list here would be pretty much normal items, except they would all be in the style of Dre.
Okay. I don't know, I thought maybe there'd be some exotic, like, magical item.
They're an exotic style. I mean, you might sell it at a higher price, a markup in the surface world, since it's a unique style of weapon or a unique style of armor. But they're mostly mundane.
You'll need to speak to some of the barge Dre here. get passage.
I mean, is everybody flying at this point?
Everybody who's invisible is flying, just about, but everybody who's not is.
Okay, so the people that are in disguise will either have to take a barge or begin flying. What do you do?
Hmm.
Well, I don't really have a way to
Not
fly, so
At this point, would it? Are we? I think we're still like in a whole bunch of like housing or market district area, right? So
So
wouldn't
right
it be a good idea to pull out our magic carpet?
right where you're at, there's a popular bathhouse, and there's fragrant steam pouring out of this building to your right, and there's a number of dray dressed in noble robes that are moving into the building to take part in Akrag's pools. There's a bunch of other dray that are moving between the houses and the fields. Some going to the
Wait,
shops.
You gotta take a boat. You have to take a boat to go down this road.
Well, no, Morg is suggesting pulling out the flying carpet, but he's worried that it'll be spotted, which it might. Do you want to do that?
What? Huh?
Morg can't fly, or Grimorn can't fly.
I can't.
Morg could transform into a flying creature, so technically he could fly. But currently he
Wait,
can't.
Where are we trying to go right now?
Do you see this image right here?
Up the river.
You're trying to go to that cave right there.
The river passage, Joe.
Why do we need to go down the river passage?
Because that's where the
That's
1,000
where
undead are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We agreed that we wanted to try and take that out first because we knew where it was, and hopefully we can take it out without alerting a whole bunch of other Dre, maybe without alerting all of Dragoth and Giustenal. But if not, that is the first thing that needs to be taken down first, and then if the gig is up, we call in the rest of the big boys and begin this assault.
I say we talk to the barge master or ferry master or whatever. Tell him we are in business to go see and inspect the undead and the progress for the war to come
How far
on the
is it?
surface.
Yeah, that's what we'll do, Ninja. The disguised people.
It's a ways down the river.
We'll jump on the barge and go down.
Do we need to roll something to convince the guy?
Okay, so there's a barge. It doesn't have a crew on it currently. It's pretty early in the morning, and they don't have a pile of dead bodies to carry upriver. So when
That's the only thing they use the barge for?
well, they sometimes do fishing out here. The fishermen on the shore, they see you approach, and they see that you're moving towards the barge. Some of them are going to come over and ask what your business is.
We
Hey,
need
tell them that.
we need an escort down. Go ahead, my friend.
Oh, we're on business to go check on the progress of the undead.
Okay. They roll some insights on you.
We have the two of us as the symbol of
Dragoth.
Of Dragoth.
yeah.
Okay. One of them says, "Oh, forgive me. I'll get a couple crew together to man the oars, Templar." And the other one looks a little suspiciously at you and says, "That's an odd accent you've got there, Templar. You've been spending a lot of time on the surface, eh?"
Mm-hmm.
Yes, run many missions up there. Kind of sticks a bit.
Okay. A short time later, the loaded up barge begins moving up the river. It takes a while, and you're moving through a passage that doesn't have anywhere to walk on the sides, and it's a pretty rough passage to get through. If you were flying, it's pretty easy, and if you're on a barge, it's pretty easy, but there's no other way to get down there. But eventually you get to the end of the river, and it opens up into a tunnel, and the crew, they stop there and wait for you to disembark. They don't seem as if they're going to continue into the room. They know better. They know not to go in there.
We're going to be flying alongside. I've got Taurus just... Oh, wait.
No, we will keep on going.
Okay. So the party goes into the next chamber. I don't have a map for this, so it's just sort of theater of the mind. I'll read the description here.
It's kind of cool. Though. So the description
Now,
displays.
You told us, Grimorn, that you think you have a way of destroying this artifact, right?
Yes.
You told us, yeah.
This sword that I have can destroy these items. I have the impression that Dragot is wanting to have this sword so no one else has it. You might think,
He knows about
he might know that I can destroy some of his magical items with it.
There was another thing I was supposed to do. So Ekrag contacts the party when they get within his psionic range, and he is going to initially want to talk to Orin.
Yes.
And he asks if the plan is going well. Have you stopped the Dre?
I did. I honored your wishes, and they are not attacking. At least, I don't think any of them are. Maybe some of their sneaky ones are going to try to do something bad, but so far, Moss Egg Stealer has gotten them all to not attack.
Excellent, excellent. I would hate to see anything terrible happen to them like happened to so many of their kin.
I agree.
Okay. He says, contact me if you need any help.
We might. And thank you.
All right. So you enter into the main chamber. The chamber is absolutely filled with undead. Row upon row upon row upon row of zombie. Hundreds and hundreds of zombies in armor standing in battle formation awaiting their orders. When living beings enter the chamber, a crackle of energy runs across the glowing purple sphere at the far back end of the room, and some of the undead begin to twitch and rouse themselves from their eternal slumber. Now, there's more than one kind of undead. There's a lot of Dre. A lot of zombie Dre. These are first-generation mutant Dre that have been killed and turned into zombies. And this is a large portion of the Dre from Crag Morta that had already been lured by the spirit of Crag Morta into an attack. They've already been killed, and their numbers have been added to the swelling horde of the undead. Beyond the zombies, there are monster zombies that are quite large. A variety of subterranean monstrosities that have been killed and transformed into zombies of tremendous stature, much stronger than your typical medium-sized zombie.
Okay.
And there are hundreds of those, so all in all, impossible to count quickly, but you know, more undead than you've ever seen.
I don't suppose we can just turn undead those, especially the monster
We can
ones.
I can try. Anything inside of that 60 feet that can hear me is affected.
Well, initially, the undead have sort of a slowness to them. They are not quick to be roused. So you have a moment to do something. What do you do initially? You've entered the room and you can see that they're starting to wake up.
I'm gonna stay invisible.
Don't we want to have them attracted to one area as close as possible?
Wait, why not try to go after the source of the power? So it's animated.
That's
Oh,
what
yeah.
we're trying to do.
Yeah, that's true.
So we're gonna fly straight over, right? You and me
Yeah.
and whoever else.
Are there any other people after the barge people after they drop us off? Do they take the boat away, or are they just like docked there?
There's a short passage that connects the main cavern where the undead are and where the river is. So they're going to stay by the river. They're
Okay.
out of sight.
But are there other Dre that are in here that are
Oh no,
like
no. They enter long enough to drop off a body, and then they hastily leave.
I wonder if
Okay.
the holy symbol here will shield us. Maybe they won't attack us because we're carrying those.
I think at this point it would be a good time to, if there's no prying eyes, we can go ahead and take the flying carpet and transport us over to where the crystal thing is.
Yeah, you are right.
Okay, you unfurl the flying carpet as the undead begin to rouse themselves and shamble forward. So everybody piles onto the flying carpet except Taurus, who is flying next to the carpet, I imagine.
And I'll fly next to it as well.
All right. So the zombies are reaching up. Some of them begin jumping to try to get up to you. You're going to have to fly high up in order to avoid any of the zombies, especially the giant zombies. They have a pretty long reach. They can reach about 15 feet up, so you'll have to fly at least 20 feet up.
If the ceiling takes it, then we're all gonna make it over to the purple.
Yeah.
glowing
If they're climbing on top of each other, we could like stand right on top of them, and then I could explode them with.
Have you ever seen magnetic sand?
Yeah.
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 So when you hold magnetic sand, when you hold a magnet over it, all of the sand particles form into like little lines and try to reach out towards the magnet. That's what the zombies look like. As you pass over the zombies, all of them are reaching their arms towards you. So just a sea of zombies reaching for the party. So you sail over the army of zombies and begin to approach the orb.
Yes.
This is going better than I thought.
Okay.
Let's fly. Let's go fast to the orb.
So you have flown up to this massive purple glowing orb crackling with necrotic energy. You can feel necrotic energy pulsing off of it. It makes you feel sick just to get close to it.
I use one of the scroll of protection from evil.
Okay. You cast protection from evil. You feel the protective energy wrap around you. The zombies are beginning to climb on top of each other.
I pull out the sword and I tell to the group, maybe you don't want to be too close. And I don't know if this might actually kill me. But I will slash the orb with the sword.
Roll to hit.
Good luck, Grimorn.
There's not exactly a lot of space where we could separate ourselves on this flying carpet.
That's your problem.
Okay, here we go.
Wait a second. What is my roll for? Sorry, I never hit anything with this character before. You know what I mean? So.
Cast some
Yep.
spells.
You have plus
got a
5
plus-
on strength.
Plus 13.
Oh.
Attack. 20.
Oh, that'll be enough.
Yeah, with 17 damage.
17 damage.
What happens?
Okay. Your powerfully magical sword, the Scorcher, bites into the surface of this obsidian sphere, glowing with purple energy. It cuts into it, leaving a deep fissure in the stone, and a crack begins to snake along the outer edge, extending in both directions from where your blade struck it. It wasn't enough to destroy the object, but you sense the object has awakened, and it emanates malice.
I
Taurus.
want to follow up and,
Yeah.
and hit it too.
Yeah, crack it open.
Hang on.
Uh-oh.
I have to roll initiative. The creature is
Yeah.
sentient and is aggressive at this point.
Oh.
Cool.
Living artifact.
I was not expecting it to be sentient. It's interesting.
His sword is too.
Was that?
Your
Grimoire's sword is
yeah,
also
your
sentient.
fire
It's
sword is-
very common for powerful psionic artifacts.
Are they talking to each other or?
We're talking smack.
Haha, I got you, motherfucker.
Actually, hang on.
Expect that.
Die, motherfucker, die.
Let me add Mara, Shardavan, and Jessix also.
I found a maniac that wanted to cut you into pieces.
Uh-oh.
I cut you so bad. You wish I didn't cut you so bad.
I guess I'm gonna fight melee this turn.
I know, right? Well, you have to the whole time until
Yeah.
You
until
gotta,
it's
you
gone,
gotta kill
really.
this thing, man. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you guys gotta kill
me
it
and
too.
you.
Main character
No,
energy
it's
right
me and
now.
you. It's just me and you, man.
Well, Taurus, you well, could your hammer maybe do it? Would that do anything?
My hammer is actually divine.
Okay.
I put the holy the divine holy symbol on it that's against undead. It is a
Huh.
silvered weapon.
I don't know if this thing itself
Right.
is undead though.
Do it. That might do something.
Yeah.
A holy symbol that can be used to enhance a melee weapon. When attached to the melee weapon, the gem becomes permanently fused to it. The weapon becomes a +1 magic silvered weapon. The weapon counts as divine and deals an additional 2d8
Oh
damage
god,
to
it's
the
called an
damage.
Orb of Death.
All right, guys.
Taurus,
The
you roll.
the-
How did you?
The Orb of Death goes first. So the Orb of Death is going to crackle with energy, and a pulse of energy blasts out from it that's going to do necrotic damage. Everybody roll a DC 17 con save.
Con.
Is that a spell?
Yeah, Circle of Death, 6th level.
Oh, but I can't. I can't. Oh, it's not directed to me directly, huh?
Nah, it's a 60-foot radius sphere emanating out of the orb.
The thing doesn't. Hero's Feast doesn't give us advantage for con saves, right?
I made it.
Nice.
I made my
Oh,
save.
Jesus Christ.
Okay, I'm gonna use my reaction to increase my.
So
Oh, that doesn't help.
So Joe, it does 30 necrotic damage. You only take half, so you take 15.
Okay, I take
is-
30.
Is a roll of a 1 automatic no matter what
Oh.
kind of dice I throw
Whoa!
at it?
No.
Is it evil? Is it a evil spell?
It is necromancy.
So I'm protected from. I'm protected from spells from evil.
Yeah, he is. He did this roll of protection.
Let me look at the wording on protection from evil to see if it affects this here. So protection from evil says until the spell ends, you cannot be touched, and let's see, creatures have disadvantage on attack rolls against you. You can't be charmed, you can't be frightened, you can't be possessed. And it'll give you advantage on saving throws against relevant effects. It doesn't help in this case.
But it gives me advantage on my roll.
It's not against one of those effects, though. It's just doing necrotic damage.
I fail.
30 necrotic damage, then.
Oh, okay. I'm alive.
It hurts. Being close to this thing is killing you.
Yeah, it doesn't give you advantage for con saves against evil creatures.
Yeah, that's
So what is it?
great.
Okay,
What are you saying?
so let's see. Mara
You just do a normal Constitution saving throw. That's it.
minus 30.
Protection from evil doesn't do anything against us.
Shardavan minus 15.
Oh, cocked.
How much?
30 necrotic damage.
Alright.
Oh, this thing is evil. Fuck it up. Kill it. Kill it faster, Grimard.
It's not gonna last too long.
Get away from it.
Yeah.
Get away.
Okay, so Mara and Jessix took 30 damage. Shardavan only took 15. Tough little dwarf. That was the Orb of Death.
Do some big damage, guys. Attack it magically.
Yeah, Mara's going to attack it.
You're worried about all those zombies that are about to come after you guys.
Yeah, but when they get close, I can do a turn on dead and it'll kill a bunch.
Can we just like fly higher to the top of the circle and stand on it and stab it?
But don't I have to keep
Don't-
on sorting on it?
Yeah,
though?
don't you dare try to turn undead. You focus on the job that you can
Yeah, hold
do.
on. Hey,
But wait, I can't tell you what to do. I'm sorry. Hold on. Never mind.
Okay, Mara shoots a lightning bolt at it. 26 lightning damage.
Can somebody put haste on me? Wouldn't that allow me to do a spell and attack?
We're in combat. You can't say that unless you, yeah, use it during your
No.
turn.
No, I'm just wondering.
Okay, it's got 43 damage after Mara shoots a lightning bolt at it. That was all of his psychic power channeled into force lightning, just crackling from his fingertips as he shouts, "Unlimited power!"
Nice.
Did it seem to have
Wait,
good effect on the
actual damage?
Orb of Death?
It did damage, yep. Magical
What?
attacks.
Okay. Well, then maybe I can do something.
Okay, so... Soul, not here. Let me open his character sheet. What does he do? He's going to give Bardic Inspiration to somebody. Who wants it?
I could use it.
Either Grimoire.
I would give it to Grimoire.
All right.
Grimoire's not getting out of.
Yep.
Grimoire's about to sit there and take it.
Yeah.
Okay. He casts a Shatter at it. It fails its save.
Shatter does double damage to objects.
Uh-huh. That's what he was thinking. Alright, when it fails its save, it takes 3d8 thunder damage. It has disadvantage on the save. It already failed it, though.
I think it's vulnerable. I think objects are vulnerable to shatter. That's why I take double damage.
Nah. Doesn't say anything about that. But anyway, it did some damage. It did 17 more damage, which is really good.
Nice.
It's at 60 damage, and the cracks run all around the entire surface of the orb. All right. So it was Soul. Shardavan is going to attack with his weapon, but his weapon bounces off it and does no damage. And he lets out a dwarven curse. He says, "Ugh! It doesn't have the power! It can't cut it!"
Oh my gosh. Nice.
Jessix looks at his weapon. It's not going to do, so he casts a spell instead. He's going to throw
About Baldur's Gate Ninja.
throws a lightning bolt because he saw that the lightning bolt was pretty effective. Another 32 damage. Bam! Alright, the orb has taken 92 damage, but it's quite large, and large objects have a lot of hit points. So it hasn't broken just yet. Jessix gave it his best shot with his most powerful magic. Grimoire, what do you do?
Yeah, should I try my fire spells?
It's stronger than your sword.
Yeah, I just don't know how much damage it's gonna do. I gotta test it.
Use the sword.
That's a lot more damage if I do a fireball, though.
You know what to do.
Are the zombies climbing up high on the orb?
So if you've ever seen the movie World War Z, what the zombies are doing is they are all climbing on top of each other until it forms a pyramid of zombies that's growing higher and higher with each turn.
I'm trying a fireball ninja. Rerolling 1 and 2s.
It's a lot of ones and twos.
Is it mostly aimed at the orb, or are you catching zombies in it?
Right centered on the orb, and I'm protecting the people that are around it.
Okay. How much damage? 36?
Wait, I get re-rolling ones and twos. Plus 10, 46 fire damage.
Okay. You hit it with a powerful fireball, and the entire orb shatters apart. With its explosion,
Oh, good job.
it unleashes another death wave, though, so everybody has to make a DC 17 con save.
But look, as long as okay,
I use my reaction to increase my my DC or my save. 24. We still take half, right?
Oh, I should be good.
Yeah, save for
Oh, there
half.
we go.
28.
Ooh,
how much?
16.
16 or 32.
16. 16.
32 this time. Oh,
84.
There you go.
Ooh, Jessix made his save.
I'm very glad that I had a bardic inspiration for that.
help.
Helped a lot. I got a 10.
Oh, I thought it was for the fireball. I don't know how.
No, for the con save.
Hello, I'm still here.
Welcome back.
Hey.
Oh,
Come back.
How's that headache going?
yeah. Killed the death orb.
What happens when it breaks and it explodes and creates another wave of damage?
Okay, did everybody survive the damage?
I took half damage, but you said how much was it again?
It does 16 to you if you've halved it. It does 32 if you take the full damage.
Can you uncanny dodge the damage?
No, I can't. I looked it up. It's only dex saves, not con
Yeah.
saves.
Can't you take your fruit?
Fruit of
I thought
healing?
there was a different thing that rogues can just take half damage of something,
Uncanny
not
dodge,
advantage on death.
attack. I can have that.
Oh, it has to be an attack roll? Okay.
Yeah. But I'm alive.
You took 16, yep.
Yeah. So, wow. And there's no Templar in here to see this happen.
There's no Templar to see it happen.
Well, now what happens with all the zombies?
Okay,
Yeah, are they all still
so
active?
you pause for a moment after the wave of necrotic energy is unleashed from this destroyed artifact. You can see all the zombies below. They are crippled by agony when the orb is destroyed, and they begin to move a little more sluggishly, like they're losing power because they're no longer being powered by the orb. But they don't immediately stop. And they're continuing to try to get to you to eat you, and the
Oh,
growing mounds of zombies are piling on top of each other.
I cast a big destroy on the.
Okay. You cast your big destroy undead. Do you have to roll for that? Or do I roll?
No. It destroys anything CR3 and below.
Yeah, zombies are like CR2, so regular zombies are obliterated in a huge swath around you.
So can we say that they disintegrate into like cinder?
Yeah, the regular zombies are obliterated by the holy fire of your aura, but the larger monster zombies, they are closing in, stepping over their smaller compatriots and encircling the party.
We can
How
fly
many
up,
times
no?
can you do that?
I think
Yeah, we fly up. How many times can you do that, Grimorn?
I think you can do that twice, right?
No, I have charges. The thing though is that if they didn't die, they're not gonna die if I do it again. You know.
Doesn't it make the higher level ones, it just makes them scared though and they run away? If they're up to like a certain other like higher CR threshold than 3?
Let me read.
Yeah, it
Well,
probably
anytime,
does make them afraid if they're not
Ring
destroyed.
sight. You're here, right?
I played a cleric once, but I don't remember all of it.
Yeah, I gotta look for a turn on then.
Tara, you know what you're.
Turn water
think Taro's gone.
I'm not. I just couldn't hear what you were asking me.
Oh, just while he's looking that up, do you know what you're doing? Do you know what's going on and such and such?
No, sorry to ask, but I have a recap.
So we entered the Giustenal. We've gone in stealthily, somewhere in concealment, somewhere invisible, but we made it up into this hidden little alcove around the bend of a river in New Giustenal. So we're in the city, but there are no other Dre
Okay.
around us because we have.
Oh wait, no, I think maybe Turn
So-
Undead is separate
Oh,
from
am I
Destroy
still
Undead.
on?
Yeah.
Can't hear me? Okay.
Yeah, I can.
So so we just destroyed this big purple sphere of an artifact that was animating 1,000 or more undead. Um, you are with us. There are no Dre to see this happen. This is a major army that we are taking out right now under Dragoth's nose. But the problem is that now we have destroyed the sphere, but there are still undead, and it is now your turn after Grimorn here.
So they have the ones that are higher level. They have a saving throw that they have to roll.
They were outside the range.
Oh, okay, they're outside the range.
Yeah, it's just regular zombies in close around the orb, and the bigger zombies were parked in the walls on the periphery. So they're closing in and encircling the group, but they're kind of far out.
Well, when they get close, I can actually try it again. I
Yeah.
have two per. I can two. I still have one charge.
So you've cleared a bit of a path. Are you going to try to get out?
I think we should.
All right. So you are on the carpet and you begin moving towards the exit. The zombies are going to turn and begin moving in that direction.
Do you blow up somewhere while we're on the way out?
Is there anything that we could have collected there, real quick, Ninja?
Oh, I didn't think about that.
Fragments of the orb, maybe armor off zombies, but it would take a while, and there's so many zombies clawing for your throat that it's pretty hard to get in there and do anything.
But being like right next to the orb, is it possible for me to grab like a shard and put it in my bag just before I run out?
Yeah.
Alright, I'll do that.
I'll
Oh.
grab a shark too.
So your group flies out the entrance over the heads of the Dre on the barge. They're a little confused. They let out a startled shout, and then they turn and they see the hordes of undead swarming out, and they begin furiously paddling in the opposite direction.
We gotta keep on flying.
So they're paddling as hard as they can, and hordes of the undead are pouring into the river.
Are they gonna get killed by the fucking zombie?
They're just fast enough to get away from the swimming zombies.
But we'll need to take out these Dre. I mutter, I'm sorry, as I slit their throats.
You're the one who said it, that's fine.
Moments later, there's a tremendous thrashing in the water as the monster begins fighting the zombies.
Oh shoot.
What? What?
Oh,
Shoot.
Wait.
I feel like that couldn't have gone better.
There's a water monster down there.
Yes.
There's been a water monster.
He was
What
gone.
is it?
He was not here for. He was not. Yeah, it's a big tentacled water monster that's been eating Dre this whole time.
This is our time though to sneak in and to keep on going maybe deeper.
You want to
And-
steal some magical fruits from the upside down trees?
Maybe
got
a
a-
couple.
I've got an image. I'm going to put it in the Discord. The creature is all tentacles, but it looks like a shark.
Okay. Oh shit.
Okay.
Was there a treasure in
That is weird.
in the area we just left?
Grimorn grabbed a broken piece of the
Yeah.
Orb of Death, so that was the treasure.
Morg did the same thing too.
Are there any more pieces?
Anybody who wanted to grab one when it shattered, you could have picked one up.
All right, I'll write this down.
I'm going to send the air elemental back in there to go grab more food.
Okay. He's killed by 1,000 zombies.
Okay, I was
Like-
under the assumption the passageway was
You took
high
your
enough.
decision. You take your decision.
No, it's
Listen, no, Hang
Okay.
on. If I'm making
Okay.
the decision based on wrong information, I thought the passageway was
Well,
high
you
enough
should-
that you could just fly
What a-
above all of them.
No.
So the zombies
zombies-
they were doing a World War Z where they're climbing on top of each other. So it's like
Oh.
floor to ceiling zombie pile.
All
Yeah.
right, never mind then.
It's not our fault, you know, if you didn't know.
Yeah.
Let them
In
rain out.
character, he was on the carpet with a flying carpet with
Yeah,
us.
and to be true, your character has been very useful. I used them a few times.
Interesting way to put that.
He had his way with him. Had sex with him.
Yep.
So now that you're back in the main cavern of New Giustenal,
You gotta
there's
sneak out.
there's some craziness going on, and alarms are going to begin blaring, and the Callan forces are going to move to attack the zombie horde.
Can we sneak into these streets here, Ninja?
Okay,
We
you,
need to be
I pull-
invisible.
you disappear into the
I-
back
I-
alleys.
Yes.
It's probably time to call in the big boys, or no?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I pull out the magic stone, the sending calling stone that Korganar gave me a long time ago, and I contact him and tell him to mobilize. We have created the distraction. Alarms are going off in the city. It's time to move.
Okay, so in the chaos, you want your army to attack.
Can we ask tell him to send the distraction to destroy the bridges that separates all the other island, and that's gonna slow their army.
I
Let's
think they're gonna cross the bridge already by the time they get here. They're
Not
like
necessarily. Not necessarily.
thousands of feet away.
If we
Hey,
sneak, if they
it
sneak in
does-
first.
It does save a lot of the commoner Dre from the deaths of being shoved to their deaths.
Does anyone have an invisibility spell free?
No.
Maybe Saul, but you're disguised just like I am, and
No, I want to use it on the air elemental and send it to do some random sabotage. Just if it looks important, mess it up.
Okay. Jessix can help. He can cast it for you.
Okay. I don't have a specific mission for it. Just mess up important looking things.
Well, choose a location. You can see the map here. I've marked in red with these chess pieces all the locations.
I pick wherever seems least defended now.
Can we go towards the trees, Ninja, and collect a few fruits?
Okay, so you move through the back alleys into the farms.
Yes.
Okay, both my con saves for my passive data trace are still up.
Did we sabotage the bridge before we left, or no? The big
No.
bridge?
That's not us. It's like we need the crew to do that.
You're right. You're right. That's for the big boys ahead.
Okay, when you get a moment, there's like a lot of damage on people. Like Mara's almost dying. He's gonna ask if anybody can heal him.
Yes, I can heal. Okay, I'm gonna do a big heal.
I
Everybody,
have 40 good berries, but if everyone's
Oh.
damaged, then it's better if everybody just use a group heal.
yeah, I can do one big heal. Give me a second.
Unless we can wait for Korganar to get here and heal everyone, because that's pretty much all he does.
Jessix has 46 damage. Shardovan has 47. Mara has 62. He took both of those Circle of Death spells to the face.
Yeah, I saw his soul being sucked out through his skin.
Yeah, he is worse for wear. And as a wizard, he doesn't have that many hit points. Or sorcerer, I mean.
Kind of like Raiders of the Lost Ark, when it opens and you can kind of see your soul being dragged out of your body.
I think he's got like 20-something hit points left.
Heal only affects one target. I don't have a mass heal.
All right, I'm gonna do a big heal. Come on. Regain 25.
Everybody regains 25.
6 targets.
Oh,
Hey, can I give my elemental orders from like anywhere?
Nope.
So Ninja, 6 of the targets are gonna gain.
Who are you picking?
Who needs it the most?
yeah, get the NPCs first. I got my own ways of healing.
No. But how many NPCs have to be healed, Ninja?
3.
3.
So those three will gain 25. Oren, you're gonna get a 25 as well.
Okay.
I'm gonna get myself a 25.
Okay, so Jessica has 21 damage, Mara has 37, Shardavan has 22.
And who is this here? Morg, you took quite a bit, huh?
Yeah.
Morg, you're gonna gain 25.
Okay, that puts me at 109.
Oh, hey, you know what?
How many targets was that? That was already 6?
Yeah, that's all the people.
Okay. I still have... So I have 40 good berries. I can give... Wait.
In the
I
forest, are we able to find healing fruits?
Of
Yeah.
course, I give you 30 good berries of healing.
Can I do a survival check, and Morg also can do a survival to find healing fruits?
I think they're apples, man. I think the apples may be healing. I'm gonna give them.
And then I healed 10 myself.
Okay, Ninja. I'll do a survival.
It's survival to get the fruits.
Well, to find them, you know.
But I'd like
Okay.
to assist all of them with my role of. I think.
Okay,
it's
I'm.
So
I
for Orin, I had him roll a stealth to avoid the notice of the farmers when
Oh,
stealing their
I see.
fruit.
Oh, okay.
Oh, do we?
Do we need to
So
do a
doing
sleight
that,
of
though.
hand, stealth and sleight of hand? Or
it depends
how's
on how you want to do it. I only had him roll stealth, so he was just grabbing some fruit off the tree when nobody was looking. But there's different ways to do it. You could try to.
No, it's kind of that. Let's do that again, anyways, because we are not capable of disguising ourselves. Like we're in dragon mode right now. So we're just gonna be passing through and like just looking, not collecting anything, and let Oren and the invisible people like grab the stuff.
Yeah, Jessex can do it. He's a thief. He's real good at stealing fruit when
Yeah.
nobody's looking.
And then when we get outside of there, then we'll all take a fruit and heal up more and like maybe have an extra one for a fight.
And everyone gets plus 10 on stealth now anyways.
Jessix, Mara, and Shardavan all had healing fruits already. I had them each eat one of them. They're mostly healed. Mara's got 23 damage still. Jessix and Shardavan have 8.
I would keep this as a spare, like one more fruit.
I'll eat one right out the vine and heal up.
Yeah, everybody should have one spare, so like healer doesn't have to necessarily heal during the fight. Like there's, you know, we never know what might happen. You know what I mean?
Okay, so Jessix stole a couple apples. Are you going to roll for it, Oren?
I did. I don't know if you saw my rolls.
Oh,
but
yeah,
it was a 34 for stealth, 23 for sleight of hand.
You got 4. Nice.
Oh, okay. That is awesome.
You'll have to pick which kind of tree, though. Do you want to go for the lemons or the apples?
What do we roll?
I'm going apples.
All right, so you got 4 healing apples.
Nice.
What's the roll?
So this is a upside down forest of magical healing fruits that is occupied by many field hands that are picking the fruit.
No,
So-
I get that. I'm saying, what's the roll?
So if you want to try to steal a fruit, it's a stealth check to not be caught.
Okay.
You're invisible and you're in the pass without a trace still. So you get the plus 10.
And I'm that? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I have a bag.
4 fruits. Ooh.
Oh, 39.
Yeah, all right. That beats the passives. You find... did you want to go to a lemon tree or an apple tree?
That's pretty
A
amazing.
lemon tree.
Okay, you got yourself a lemon of invisibility.
I don't do a sleight of hand.
No, you just have to do it in a spot where they're not looking at you. So you find an unoccupied tree and you swipe one of the ripe fruits from it.
You got a lemon.
Hey Ninja, is there do I see a farm hand that just has like a or basket full of them?
They close up their containers and they carry them to a warehouse. You wouldn't be able to get it once it's closed up.
So we're gonna arrive to a place
Because I
where
want to find one that's like has it open and that they're like picking them. They have a bunch.
Yeah, they're keeping a close eye on the ones that they have in hand. You could try to go to the warehouse and steal a barrel from there.
So
Oh,
Yeah.
that's what I want to do.
guys,
I'm
we have a little bit of a dilemma.
I wanted to go up to one and be like, "Don't you hear the alarms? We need the fucking fruits now." Take off.
No. I want to do what he said. I tell Oren we're stealthy enough. Let's do it.
Okay.
Wait, where's the warehouse? We see them walking to the warehouse. Where is it?
Back the
Yeah,
way you
I'll
came.
carry the barrel,
It's the long building back the way you came.
then I can just fly away with the barrel.
Oh, this way.
Okay.
Okay.
That's
Yeah, we could-
awesome.
What are you guys doing?
I'm leading the group.
Magical fruit.
You know what?
Yeah, I'm leading the group there with
guys
the
go.
passive battle trace.
I'm gonna with a smile and say it in our heads. You know, we're doing special roguey stuff. It's okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
This
so
is for the good of the mission.
Giant.
so I recommend you pick a rogue to do it. Do you want Jessix or Oren to do it?
Oren.
I'm gonna be his
It
muscle.
needs to be Oren.
Okay, so Oren, it's
So,
it's
yeah.
as if you were doing a crime. So I'm gonna need 3 rolls from you. I'm gonna need stealth.
Can I give him guidance?
I do not get pass without trace, right?
Morga's
You do
here.
up there.
Yeah, you do.
Okay.
So I imagine
So-
you've got the visible people playing interference and distracting the guards, and then you're sneaking in when they're distracted.
Nat 20
Do
on
you,
stealth.
do you want a bardic inspiration?
I got nat 20 on, give him the bardic inspiration.
Wow.
I got 46
I
on
don't need it. He's
46
got it.
on
He's
stealth.
got it, man.
Okay.
nat 20.
So then I'm going to need a lockpicking check. So thieves' tools.
Okay. That is also
All right. They've got the magical fruits secured in a locked container.
Can I give him guidance for that?
You're not
Oh, no, it
there.
has to be.
He went in alone.
You got a 36.
36.
All right.
Mission
I'm waiting
is on its
outside to carry it for him. Though.
And then
Your lockpicks find the tumblers, pop the lock. You are able to open the sealed container. You find that it contains many apples.
own.
so this we're just gonna give it to Taurus now, right?
Oh, I wouldn't do
He's
that.
gonna
anyway.
carry the
Take
barrel.
We all need apples.
This is like a wooden container that's like built into the wall, so you can't take the container,
Oh.
but you could fill one of
Okay.
your containers with apples quickly if you wish.
Well, I've got a bag of holding. I'm just gonna go ahead and like.
Just shove the bag in there and scoop it.
36.
I rolled 46 and you got 20 apples.
Okay.
Holy!
How much healing do you get from those apples?
I've turned
20
into a-
times 4d4 plus 4, average of 13 or 14 health.
How much?
Oh, pretty good.
44 plus 4.
44 plus 4. Okay.
I just became a cleric.
There you go. You discovered my secret, man.
I know, right? Okay, so Johnny Appleseed over here with the frickin'. All right.
I'm waiting for you outside. Like, where's the barrel? He's like, it was bolted down. Ah, okay.
You can
Well,
slingshot apples to
actually,
people.
could I? I can't just take it. No, Ninja was clear. He said I can't take the. Yeah. So okay, because otherwise I would like if it's not bolted down, I'll steal the crap out of that too. Let's just steal it off the wall.
Was there more fruit? Do they have lemons and stuff too?
Nah, that was the only one that was full.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're focused on the healing. No, that's what it is.
I'm
Seems as
taking
if the
you
lemons
guys-
aren't ripe yet.
I'm gonna take you guys here. Oops.
Oh, it's over here.
Oh shoot, back to the table.
These are farmers' houses. All the farmers that work
Yeah.
these fields live in these little
I'm
houses.
gonna- Do we want to risk going across this big temple here with the big dude?
We need to
Or-
open the gate
or-
for everybody.
Or
No, they're assaulting the gate.
Okay, so let me describe some things. So when you're looking down this main thoroughfare here, it's a really interesting sight, right? So off to the left, you've got all of the Dre homes, and these are much richer and fancier and more sculpted. These are the noble houses, the merchant district. You see many purple banners with the dragon's head on them, displayed prominently to show off the religiosity of the people here. I also want to make note that the air here is incredibly fresh and fragrant. This upside down forest is glowing with magical sunlight that keeps all of these plants real happy, and the roots that are growing into the ceiling are leaching rich nutrients from the bedrock here. And so the air quality is super good after spending some time in Cragmorta. You were down in Cragmorta for like 8 hours, and that's just like a sulfury volcanic nightmare where everything is disgusting. So it's a huge change to be in this area by this forest. Now, the central part of the plaza here is dominated by a black obsidian tower. It's got 3 central towers that rise from the main body of the tower. So it's like a big square tower with 3 round pillars that are towers that rise from it, sort of connected together in a Mickey Mouse shape. And this tower here is crawling with defiler wizards doing magic.
I think we want to avoid that area.
Right, so they are just actively like flying around it, practicing lightning bolts against each other, creating shields to deflect those lightning bolts. There's a whole lot going on near this wizard's tower, and since they're practicing so many spells, they could quite possibly have spells that might be able to detect your party, like see invisible, stuff like that. So that's a pretty big risk to pass the wizard's area.
I'm thinking what we should do here is instead of going directly this way, we go here and we go across here. It's longer, but it might be safer through these roads to get to this point.
No, they
We're
are not
not gonna
mobilized
meet up with
against the zombies, right?
What?
We're trying to stay discreet, you know. We're trying not to be detected through like the people being
Right,
distracted
the
by all
College
that.
of Blackspire is not mobilized. They're still kind of on.
Yeah,
regular-
they haven't responded to the craziness going on at the river.
But they will soon, though. You know, possibly.
Some alarms are blaring in the distance at this point.
But we'll take like I think the detour here, Ninja, to try to avoid that and still be able to get to this point.
Okay. You'll notice that the large temple in this part of the town is way nicer than the previous temples that you've seen. They go up in scale. So you've got the commoner's temple back by the entrance. You've got the middle class temple towards the back of the farmlands. And then here you've got the noble temple. And the noble temple is the fanciest yet, where it's got enormous banners running 4 or 5 stories from the upper floors down to the ground level. There are statues of dragons, there's dragon bones, there's huge staircases, there's an enormous sculpture of Dragoth himself mounting the entire front of the building. It's an amazing sight, but you don't see anybody there. It's not a temple day. It seems unoccupied currently.
Should we go and take a look?
And then you also see the giant wall that blocks off the final area, Dragoth's temple.
Oren, would you dare see what is inside that temple?
What, you want to try to assassinate the lieutenant there?
Well, if is it empty? If it's empty, maybe you can find something in there.
I assume that there's some. I remember seeing the human at the other temple, but he seemed to be very powerful. Just the look of his robe seemed magical, and
Yeah.
I imagine he's very strong.
Hmm.
But yeah, okay. Truth be told, I haven't seen Absalom, but I kind of feel like we need to go ahead and.
Skip that, or
Uh,
because
You know
if
what?
if it's quiet, it might be a possibility to have him on his own against
Yeah.
all of us and surprise him.
that is true.
And that's like
Okay.
if we go in, you could sneak in tell us what you see. Don't go in too crazy. As soon as you see something, you come back. You know what I mean?
Okay. Do you see any wards around this entryway, this opening?
You want me to cast it? Oh, I will cast a detect magic ninja.
All right.
This is my first time actually going inside one of these.
And I'm gonna do that in a very discreet way. Okay. I don't want anyone to notice me. Like I'll hide behind that corner or something.
All right. The entrance to Dragos Palace is guarded by powerful-looking priests, and your detect magic detects that they're equipped with magical armor and weapons, and the gate itself has alarm spells on it.
Remember, we're not going there. He changed. We were going to go through the Warrens, well, not the Warrens, the Noble District to get to the palace, but now we're changing tack. We're going to go to the High Temple of the Dragon and see, since he didn't see anybody on the outside, we want to see if there's any wards by Absalom here.
Okay. So how do you get there?
Instead of going across the way, you know, to here,
We're going in this
Farmer's
farm
house.
area.
Across the field, yeah.
Okay.
Stay still hidden, like something separating us from these.
Ow! Oh!
What happened?
What is
Good.
this? You okay?
Aggressive pet.
I broke my toe a while back, and I don't know. I must have done something stupid because it's really mad.
Ah, that's not good.
I went to work out today, and it got mad again. So.
Well, sorry to hear that. Okay, so you approach a temple. The temple is comprised of several different areas. So there's an enormous barracks built into the side of the temple, which houses a large number of troops. And those barracks are currently occupied. So as you approach the temple, you're going to have to move around to the temple side of it while avoiding the barracks side of it. There's some people hanging out in the front of the barracks area, but they're not paying attention to you as you approach from this side alley. Now, the big steps lead up into the main room of the temple. And so there's like a major cathedral, if you've ever seen like an old cathedral in Europe. It's just a very tall room with pillars and pews that you can sit for the worshippers, and then there's a dais with a major altar to Dragoth and some big tapestries and stained glass along the back of the room. The entire room is empty. It looks like there's some doors to the back which go upstairs, but there doesn't appear to be anybody in the main hall of the temple currently.
Ringsite, Ramorn, Morg. See if you can find who is the caretaker of this place and lead him into a room, and we will be in that room waiting. Convince him
Okay.
to join you in some room using your holy symbol, maybe.
Yeah, we will try to convince our way through. We have Soul here.
So we're gonna find a room. Taurus, Jessix, and I. We're gonna go, and Chardovan and Mara. We're gonna find a room off to the side of where they are to find a place to meet, and we'll all be in there with ready to actions, ready to jump on them.
So, when you explore the place, you'll find that it is actually empty.
Oh,
So there's no Absalom.
In the upstairs, there is a private quarters, and it doesn't have a name on it or anything, but it looks like it probably belongs to the high priest of the temple. When you look inside, he has incredibly Spartan furnishings, nothing of value, almost as if he lives by a vow of poverty. You do find some spare clothing, some priestly robes that look similar to what you see here on his figurine, and there's a painting. There's a large wooden desk, and there's a painting of the high priest himself. And he looks like this. An intimidating figure. A regal-looking Dre.
Quite extravagant for somebody who took a vow of poverty.
But when you look closely, everybody roll an insight.
Okay.
Insight.
I'll roll for Jessix. He rolls a 1. I'll roll for Mara. He rolls a 1. I'll roll for Shardavan. He rolls a 10. None of them know.
Wait, you said insight or
Insight.
insight? Okay.
12.
Nine. Damn it. Come on, somebody.
Billy.
Somebody. 16.
16.
Taurus.
Actually, I'm not blowing a dice.
Morg.
12.
You have a negative feeling about this visage. It looks sickly. In fact, it looks like an undead of some kind. A powerful undead.
Wait,
Hmm.
the guy in the robes or the painting?
The high priest seems to be some sort of undead creature.
Okay.
They depicted him as an undead?
Oh,
Yes.
He's actually on.
When you
Oh.
when you look at the details, you can tell that it is a painting of an undead high priest.
Oh, dang.
Guys, it seems like they use undead for more than just their little army back there. They seem to have incorporated undead into their higher echelon of the city. This high priest looks quite undead himself.
Like in D&D terms, he's a greater mummy.
A greater what?
Mummy.
Oh.
Like a very high level religious undead.
I thought you were going to say a lich, but I'm glad.
Are
Actually,
mummies capable of like
Mummies
commanding
pretty
other
bad, too.
undead?
Yeah, they're sentient undead. They're more powerful than vampires
they're
even.
pretty high up, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm like, this guy might be the one that might even be controlling the undead himself.
Very possible. He's going to be one of the general that we will have to take down, possibly.
The interesting irony is he's actually called a morgue.
Nice.
Yeah,
Now I have to kill him. There can only be one.
But there's really nothing else, huh, Andrew?
Have you ever heard of that kind of undead, a morgue?
Oh, yes. The one that's the tongue.
No.
They're kind of gross
Is he
looking. It's like
in
a
this private room, or he's not here though.
like in the monster manual, the true form of the morgue is like a skeleton with this gross tapeworm parasite thing inside of it.
Yeah.
So what happens when I had to dip out again? So I had to do this twice.
The party investigates one of the temples, finds that it's totally empty, finds no valuables, and learns that there's actually an undead master of this temple.
What if
we
we
go-
just
we-
defiled the temple?
Do you want to? Do you want to like
What, bless it?
do some nasty stuff to his private chambers when he's not here?
Reverse defile, not like that.
What, you want to bless the place?
Yeah.
Well, but before we do that, we need to. Well, is it before we do that? Or should we do it before we wake him up and kill him?
We're not doing that. It takes a long time to do a bless.
Even in this room?
He's not
What do you
here.
mean wake him up?
Oh, I thought he was in the bed or something like
No. You see a painting of him in his room.
Oh, it's just for foreshadowing.
Like if you go to visit the Pope, there's paintings of all the popes. It's just like a painting of the high priest, and there's other paintings in the building of
Fine.
other previous high
Not
priests.
here. I'm gonna go through his desk and find
Do
it.
all the high priests look undead too?
So the other high priest that Orin found his time through is very unusual because Monadarath is actually a human in the Dre City, and he looked quite alive.
Oh yeah.
So
We didn't. We didn't
But
go
he's
to-
only a high priest of one of the like lesser temples. He's not the one
Yeah.
of the high temple.
Monadarath is the high priest of the Middle Temple.
the one that when they
Okay.
were having the war games out in front. That we just.
Okay.
That's the temple that's having a service today. So after the games, they will have the bell ring, and the Dre from town will visit the temple and pray. So he's setting up for that now.
Yeah, it's a good thing we didn't go to that temple because that would have been a cluster.
Yeah, most of the Dre in the city are going to be visiting that temple at some point.
So, but there's nobody really here. I mean, we can kind
No.
of sack it a bit. We could, rummage through things if we wanted to, but we're really.
As long as you don't cause too much of a ruckus, the soldiers in the barracks won't notice. They're in a separate wing of the building, so they don't interfere with the church services. And as long as you don't like blow up the building, it's not going to alert anybody.
I,
Is Grimoire's detect magic still on?
No. It's too late.
Okay.
okay, you,
That'll
you
last for like 10 minutes.
Yeah, but it's been 10 minutes, you know.
okay. Well, but you said there was nothing inside his desk. I mean, he's vow of poverty, right?
Vow of poverty. All you find is very simple, mundane things in the area here.
Right.
The richest thing you'll find is maybe like a holy water or something.
I don't know that there's much to do here. To be
Actually,
honest.
I suppose it would be unholy water.
Right. Okay.
I don't think we should waste so much time over here.
Right. I'm ready to go ahead and go to the Dread Palace.
While all this is happening, back here at the river, there's a major battle going on. Containment efforts, the monster, the Callan Riders, and the army of out-of-control zombies are all engaged in a mighty three-way battle. The alarms are blaring. Many troops are moving across the city to reinforce the Callan Riders. Although there are closer people, probably the temple by the entrance is the most active one. This temple has not been activated yet. But as you move across the plaza from the temple towards the palace, you'll notice some of the wizards, some of the Defiler wizards, begin flying away from the College of Blackspire to reinforce the Callan Riders, as if they received a message and got orders to head out.
Are they all gone?
Not all of them, but a bunch of them have left to reinforce the fighters at the river.
We sacked the college?
Around.
Now, like I said, there's still a bunch of people at the
Oh.
college.
If there was only a few, we take them down and we sack the college, you know.
And that's probably a good endpoint. It's 12:05, so we'll pick up next week as you're entering into the Dread Palace.
About to breach the gate.
Where the hell is Sia?
Yeah, good question.
Mm-hmm.
That was a pretty packed full session.
Yeah.
This map is pretty cool, man. There's a lot going on.
I made so many AI-generated images for this map.
Yeah, I see that.
I think it really adds to it. It gives you
I think it's cool.
a good idea what these areas would sort of look like.
Yeah, it'd give us just a better visual, you know.
And I know that I've got a lot of artist friends, like they complain about AI generated images, but let's be honest, that's not something that we would ever be in the market to pay for. But you know, it really is awesome to go ahead and make this stuff and see and provide
Yeah,
these back
It's for our entertainment, you know. It's like
Right.
I really like this upside down forest. I think it looks great.
Yeah.
If you zoom right in on it and you look at the three, it's a pretty cool vista.
Yeah.
And I like this waterfall with the mushrooms. We didn't spend much time on this, but this is a neat piece of artwork. AI does some good work. It's put me out of work. Putting me and the other real artists out of work. But somehow I don't mind so much. I really enjoy it. I'm the odd one out. Like, I talk to a lot of other artists online, and they're all like, AI sucks. I hate it. It's taken all the jobs. And I'm just like, oh, it's so much fun. I'm having a blast with it.
Yeah.
I removed the characters off the table, Ninja.
I will pack the table, and we can save it.
Butt kicking. That's cliffhanger to end on too.
Yeah, you are deep in enemy territory. Your army is moving towards the gates. You're moving into the palace while the distraction's happening.
You know, I was thinking that it might be a good idea for us to coordinate when we go in, you know? Like, we start going in when there's the attack at the entrance. And that way everyone is looking into that direction instead of looking for, you know, people like us.
Could be. So you're saying hold our assault on the palace gate?
Well, we hide in the corner, and then when the alarm rings, then then we sneak in.
Grab a cardboard box and hide, and then
Yeah,
they run by.
we'll find a bush,
Find a bush, yeah.
Sneak in the bush. Yeah.
Well, there's the nobles' quarters around here. We could find some noble to slum with for a
Yeah,
month.
exactly. Have a tea or something, you know.
Yeah, we say, how are you doing?
Yeah, did my elementals plan work, or did the elementals mission do anything?
All right, I'm gonna head out, guys. Great session.
Oh,
Talk to you later.
right.
What was the last thing you did? You sent it towards the zombies and they attacked it, right?
No, I sent it to go sabotage something in whatever area was the most vulnerable.
Sure. Yeah, it did some damage somewhere. The Dre nearby to it are going to, start hissing and calling for guards. The elemental moves around like a prankster, just knocking things over and causing a hassle to the various commoners here.
Okay, well, I added 2 other stipulations in that, like, I can still communicate with it mentally, and, like,
If it's
see
within the
what it's
range of
doing.
your telepathy, sure.
The telepathy extends, like, miles, I'm pretty sure.
Uh huh. Yep.
I meant more like, how do I put it? Like, hey, if you find some key or magic sword in a sacred stone or something, remove it and put it somewhere else. Something important, not just pulling cheeky pranks.
Yeah. You want him to steal something.
Yes.
All right. It's mostly mundane stuff around here. There's not anything like super valuable that it could grab, but it could probably maybe like steal a coin purse from one of the merchant stalls. Maybe get a few of the Dragoth gold coins.
Well, gold is useful, but we're probably going to claim all of that anyway. I need to destabilize these people.
The coinage in town here is unique, and it's got Dragoth's image on it, so these could be like collector's items, or you could just melt them down for the
Melt them down.
value.
Yeah. I was about to say, we can probably melt them down, right?
Or sell them to somebody that wants the collectible. We know people like that.
Or if you wanted to buy something here, you could use the coins that are local, so they don't raise any suspicion.
What kind of pranks did you say he was pulling before?
Well, you're in the merchant district, so I guess he would have just gone down the street knocking over stalls and destroying things, whatever he comes across.
Do these guys even need a merchant district? Aren't they just like servants of the? I forget what Dragoth is, the quote unquote god of.
The Dre have a whole society here that's got caste system. There's the lower Dre and the higher Dre that have their own like rich person's temple. So there's definitely an economy, and there's some diversity in skill sets between the different Dre. You've got some that are just common laborers, and then you've got others that are the more elite priest class of the city. And so there's definitely a bit of an economy where they buy and sell things amongst themselves. And they have their own coinage. So it's not strictly like a communist society or anything like that.
Might as well send that tumbling then. Carry on, our elemental.
Yeah. All right, I'll end the stream there. Thanks for watching out there in Twitch land.